That'd be a We live?
Yep, that's right.
Welcome to the Roundtable Podcast, guys. We are here with another episode. I forget which one this one is. Probably about 50.
Oh, six. We are like
59. Yeah, guy, that's right. You can actually go to YouTube, go type in the Roundtable Podcast, and you for our podcast. I think we have about 50 different pods that we've done. If you want to be able to go out, just check us out and see what we're about.
That's right.
I heard that guy Joe Rogan, he signed a big deal with Spotify. I don't know what the money is, but I know the numbers is pretty big. I mean, the guy getting the numbers though too. Looking at him today, I think 2 days he got 1 million hits. 2 days. Spotify, he's been a big guy out there anyway.
Right.
Everybody's debating is he bigger than Joe Podcast? Joe Podcast is pretty big, but I think it's two different type podcasts. One is about entertainment, and Joe Rogan, I think he talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Joe Budden. Shout out to Joe.
What's his name? What's his name?
Joe Budden.
Yeah, Joe Budden.
Yeah. So, but guys, we got a topic today, guys. Guys, listen.
We want to talk about do we want to talk about the our Battle Dome? Do you want to talk about that now for a minute before we get into what our hot topic is? So, hey, lovely T.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Hey.
We thought you took the day off.
No, just running a little late.
Go ahead, Lady T. Why don't you go ahead and talk about Lady T, Lady B?
Well, we're just gonna Lady B. We're just gonna kind of put up the posting so that whoever's interested in sending in whatever your talent is, whether it's singing, dancing, rapping, modeling, acting, we want you guys to go to our website. We're gonna go ahead and post the link right now so that you guys can see where to go. As you can see right here, you can go to our website, which is www.roundtablepodcastofficial.com. That's where you go. You get all the rules there, guys. It'll tell you step by step what you need to do to enter this contest, guys. We are giving away up to $100. So, guys, check it out. All right.
That's right, but guys, that's right. Guys, we're back. But listen, anyway, you can win up to $100. I don't think there's anything wrong with winning some money.
That's right.
For something you love to do. But guys, how your weekend been?
How you guys weekend?
This this weather is awesome. It's beautiful. But the humidity, I think the temperature is 85, but they said it feels like what does it say? It said it feels like 96 or something.
I didn't realize it was 85. I mean, I knew it was hot, but I didn't know it was like 85.
Yeah. Even coming in here, man, that sun was like, it was hot. You can tell there's something. Because when it's raining down on your head, you can feel it.
Right.
You definitely feel it. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to call it the pandemic instead of the other word. They say you shouldn't be using the other word, especially on social media. So I'll say the pandemic.
Why not?
Well, it was for legal terms. If you trying to do stuff to your site, you can't mention that word.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. But I heard that the numbers were dropping in the city.
They are.
Yeah, but we're going to see after this weekend, especially up north. Because there were plenty of people that went to bars and other social settings It's questionable if they were wearing masks or not. So I'll be real curious to see if we see a spike or uptick in those numbers.
And you know what? I went over tone to where we shot One Could Change the World because I just wanted to go for a walk in the nature. Man, there was a whole bunch of people over there, some without masks, some with masks. People getting out there, bro.
Yeah. So you gotta be cool right now. You know, you gotta be. Yeah, you gotta be cool. But I mean, enjoy yourself if you're out there. Just be safe. You know what I mean? It would be nice if you did wear a mask around other people. You know what I mean? But just stay safe. You know what I mean? That's what I would say. But God, listen, I was thinking about something today.
I barbecued. We barbecued over this way.
Oh, did
Oh,
you?
cool. Oh,
Right in the
really?
backyard. I had the music going, doing my hustle, all that, right in the driveway.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Wow. Did you say? Wait a minute.
You
What
say
y'all
in the
barbecue?
driveway? What you barbecue?
She's muted herself.
Pescatarian style. So shrimp, fish. Had made some veggie skewers. Yeah,
Wow.
potatoes, corn.
Did you indulge in adult beverages?
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, I made a vegan lasagna last night, and they still eating on it today. I made
Oh,
a vegan lasagna and a nice salad.
Now, who is they? The whole crew?
Yep, the whole crew.
I just had something today.
Uh-huh.
But you know, listen, guys, I was thinking about something today, and I wanted to figure out what you guys thought about it. You remember the show, The Little Rascals?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You remember Buckwheat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But do you really think about it? That was kind of racist. That
Because
was
his hair was so nappy.
his hair was like he spoke broken English, if you remember. It was always that the way his
Well, you had Stymie.
Stymie wasn't like that though.
Huh?
Stymie wasn't Buckwheat, you know what I mean? I forgot about Stymie. That was the last person.
Yeah, you had different representation. You know that I guess that was their idea of maybe blacks from the southern region, perhaps.
But look how they view. Look at Spanky.
Spanky was white trash.
No, Spanky was the head of the group. He was the mastermind though. You know what I mean? Spanky was the mastermind, and then you had Alfalfa that was the nerd. So they had this
was
good
always in love.
I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about that today. It was something else I was going to bring up today too that I thought about.
If you look
at a lot of those shows, you'll find a lot of overt and suggestive undertones of racism. A lot of them.
So we can watch some shows today where we do it to ourselves now with the Atlanta, and they got us on TV fighting each other, cussing each other out, sex. So we do it to ourselves as well.
Oh, if I could just throw this in there, I remember when the Deltas, which is one of the sororities, black-based sororities, they had a show, and I mean, I think it was 2 or maybe 3. I think it was 2 episodes went on air. The Deltas shut that down. Like they literally showed 2 shows, and then after that, they told everybody, they said, okay, well, we're gonna just play all of the episode on one day. Instead of playing it every week, they just played all the episodes in one day and shut that down real quick. They was like, you will not represent us like that.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
they were being in thought mode.
Probably some of it, yeah, some of it. You know, like you said, you know how those shows go.
Oh yeah, it's I mean, and it's almost like they put bad situations. Somebody always fight or about to fight. You know what I mean? And it's just be like, wow,
Mm,
that's what we're about. But I mean, it works, I guess. People like to
yeah.
watch. What do you do when that's what people like to watch? You know what I mean?
Well, here we are today. I don't know what that young lady's name is. Elsie, Elise, somebody. Forgive me, I don't know the name. But anyway, she's in a movie with another comedian guy that's like Indian or East Indian or something. But they're supposed to be like this love couple, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, who would have thought? First of all, a black female lead, and then you paired her up with a person of another race, and it's a comedy. It's not like your typical storyline.
Yeah. We got some back speed. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
real strong too. Well, but
All
we
right.
can go
Well,
ahead and get to the topic.
yeah, we want to get into our topic, guys. I'm excited. So, guys, our title is You Stole My Promotion. Okay. What would you do in this situation, right? Two co-workers have become great friends over the past years. They talk and they have been over each other's house. They met each other's family. They promised each other they would never keep any secrets between the two of them. And what they talk about will stay between the two of them. The co-worker, the co-worker told her friend, the one with the real bachelor's degree, that she had a fake master's degree in the same field as she, and that's how she attained the position. The co-worker with the fake degree kept that a secret and told her after the boss gave her the promotion that they both applied for, making $20,000 more than they were currently making. What would you do?
Oh,
So
I'm
you got
telling
these
on.
two friends.
Oh, hater. Let
Oh,
me
we
get that
telling.
picture. Bring that
Oh,
picture so we can pour
you
this
Yeah.
what?
Gatorade in there.
Let me tell
Right,
you why. Let's
right.
now check it out. If I heard you correctly, you're saying that my friend kept
Mhm.
that part a secret until after they got the promotion, right?
Mhm.
So
Right.
that means that you have violated our agreement. We agreed to share everything, not to keep secrets and everything. So you kept that secret. Then after you got the promotion, you told me. Okay.
You're
So I,
assuming that an
oh,
agreement was made.
no, she just read it. Did you hear what she said? They said they were going to agree to share everything and not keep secrets.
Oh,
So since you broke the agreement, that means it's a free for all. So I'm just gonna go to the boss. Y'all need to check her transcript. She don't have a master's.
why would you hate? Why would you
Yeah.
hate?
Why would you hate on your friend? I mean, even though she kept that, a secret, she did because maybe she needed that money because she, had a lot of extra bills and she really didn't, needed that. She did, she needed that promotion.
What I didn't hear
Even
is
though
you say that the friend was going after the same position. Was that the
They
case?
were same
They
yeah,
position.
they
were.
were going at yeah.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
telling
they
you
were
right
going
now,
at the same
Trace.
position.
If that happened to me and you, and I found out your degree ain't real, I'm saying y'all know Miss So and
Oh,
So. She ain't,
but y'all
you a
best friends though.
hater.
Y'all best friends though. Come
Hater.
I
on
mean, because
now.
look at it. I guess it depends on now. Okay, so for me, I will feel some kind of way, but I wouldn't tell
Right.
them. I
Thank
would
you.
definitely feel some kind of way because not that we friends, because I don't care if you ever told me or not. That's just your secret. Everybody got a secret that you probably would never hear. And that just happened one that happened to come out because it's in your face right now. So my thing is, I would feel some kind of way, the fact that I worked hard for what I have with my degree, and you get it just because you know how to go on there or call somebody up and they pay. You get what I mean? But I wouldn't, and I would tell her that too, or him, or whoever it was. But it wouldn't be. I would be mad about it. Like,
Your feedback is bad, Tone.
huh?
Your feedback real bad.
Yeah, it is. It sounds like it's.
Make sure you cut down your volume a little bit. Let's see if that works.
Let me try this.
Yeah.
Let me try. I'm gonna try this.
So let me throw this out here.
You try it.
Lovely Tia, Lady B. Say it wasn't your friend, and it was the white girl at work, and you knew it. What'd you tell on her?
Oh yeah, I'm telling.
Okay,
I'm
Lovely
telling.
T, what'd you
I'm
tell?
telling.
I don't know. Because you know why? Because I do believe that if you give a person enough rope, they will hang themselves. And so at some point, the truth will come forth. You know what I mean? Like, I don't gain anything by hating on the next person. The truth will come to light. This person will be exposed. And you know what? I ain't gonna have nothing to do with it.
How
I'm
is
like,
that hating?
shame on y'all, because y'all should have did y'all proper background checks. So
Why is that
shame on
hating?
y'all janky HR department.
Why is that hating?
Because it is. If their
Hating.
janky HR department wasn't good
I
enough
don't know why I
to,
can't hear nobody.
Hating
here,
is
Greg.
when if you had earned it, then I was tripping, that's hating. You didn't earn it. That's not hating.
no, it is. Come on, Lady B, help me out. Why? Come on.
You said that's hating.
Lady
Love
B
That
it.
is
said she'll tell
hating.
on the
Yeah,
girl
I
at
would
work.
tell if it's
No,
not
if it was,
nobody that if it's not a person that I communicate with and I'm close with, yeah, I would say, but like, no, this ain't right. No, I most definitely would bring that to the attention.
It's
I
right
mean,
if
I
it's your
would have
friend,
to, because
and
it's
it's
gonna
not
get
right if it ain't your
around.
friend, right, Lady B?
What do you say?
It's right
I'm
if
sorry.
it's your friend, but it ain't right if it ain't your friend. So you
Right.
got situational rightness.
I was just saying, you see, that's why I didn't fall into that trap, because he was setting you up for the trap. No, I'm not saying anything because, again, it's gonna come to light. I mean, it's gonna get out. I had a situation, y'all. I had a situation where I was at a company, and the lady that was my supervisor, black lady, and she's in like a majority different culture company. She was a VP. And I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? That's great. Black woman, cool. Come to find out, her degree was not real. Her PhD was not real. And they fired her.
Oh wow.
And I was like, wow. I found out after the fact. But my point is, it came to light and they booted her out of there.
But how did they find out? I wonder.
I don't even know. I don't even, because she
Somebody
worked
told on her. She probably told somebody and they told on her.
or they finally got around to doing a thorough background check and figured out like
I'm
one
like, why
plus
would
one
they
is
do that?
not equal.
How long was she in the position?
Oh my gosh. Probably like maybe 6 months.
So why would they all of a sudden out of the blue just do a thorough background in that 6 month
Well, you
period?
know what? She was a little messy. I ain't gonna lie, because she was tied up with like one of the guys who was like a line worker. I mean, not line worker, but like she was pregnant. He had another kid. Like, it was some mess going on, and I think her messiness kind of raised some red flags, because this is a VP of a very well established other culture agency, and
Mm-hmm.
But
they
you know
found
what?
out and they let her
I've
go.
learned how many we've done, like what, approximately 59 podcasts, right? Approximately. You know what? I've
Yeah.
learned I come to expect certain things from Lovely T, because she has an underworld element to her. She has a dark side element. So when certain
Oh
things come up, I know she's gonna take a lean towards the underworld slash
my God.
slash
Somebody,
John slash John Gotti slash Tony
Lady
Soprano. Tony Soprano
No, Lovey C is not like that. Lovey C is not
slash
like
The
that.
Wire.
Hey, but hold on, but check it out though.
RW3 is like that.
Tom, okay, but no, what I wanted to say was there. Think about it. If that happened to me, if a white person, guy, what we got to, they got a higher degree and I knew how they got it. What would be my reason that I would actually tell? Would it be the fact that I'm jealous? Or would
You're hating.
I'm being hateful because I wanted that position, so I want to tell on you? Like, what would be the reason? I remember this. One, I won't say who he is, but he used to say, at the end of my day, I would judge myself to see, did I do things on selfish motive? Did I do anything you know what I mean? Was that motive selfish? And that was the underlying reason why I did it. Not because that this person couldn't fulfill the job. And they may be, I'm going to them to say, hey, listen, this person really don't have the degree in this area. I'm not, if you don't give it to me, I get it. I want to put this person out there knowing that they can't do the task. Now, if that's the truth, or is it this person really can do the task? Because most jobs that have a degree, no matter what your degree is, they still got to train you somehow. So depending on the job, I don't know what's going on with the audio.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna have to sign on and come back in, but it is out. Like, I don't know what's going on. Y'all keep talking.
You're good. Now, I would like to know, you bring up a good question though, Tone. So RW3, what would be your motive for telling? Other than the fact that y'all agreed to be open? Because I mean, I'm sure there was probably stuff on the other person's end that wasn't shared. So,
Okay, so
what is your motive?
So, and for the sake of this discussion, I'm not going to be speculative. So you just guessed and speculated. So I'm not going to entertain that right now.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, we can,
Yes.
sir. So the fact that you got it that way, you didn't earn it, and you actually got a promotion, that's my 20,000. Because if it's just me and you,
Jazzy, I still don't hear them though, the audio.
You took my job. So
you don't know that. Person, you don't know that. You're speculating. You said you were going to take speculation out of the equation.
She just said those two people went for the job. So if it's me and you, had you not got it, I would have got it.
No, that's not a guarantee.
Yes.
That's not a guarantee.
Yes, it's a guarantee.
It's
a guarantee.
Okay.
Nothing's coming in.
So you weaseled your way into something that was for me. And then, like you say, what's for you is for you. So once I let them know, I'll get what's for me. Once I tell.
You're speculating.
Once I tell what's for me, I will get. Wow. My promotion.
Get that picture. Somebody give me a picture. Somebody give me a picture. So we can pour this haterade. We catch this haterade.
Now, can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So no, I didn't hear what Robert was saying, but what I guess you were saying that you would, it still doesn't justify what happened. You would still tell. You know what I mean? I guess that's what you're saying.
Yes, sir. So I can get my promotion.
And see, my thing is that, it's still doing that backfiring, but I guess my thing is it's just that it just sounds like, I don't know. It depends on, and then you be going around at the job as a snitch.
They wouldn't know I did.
Everybody gonna tell.
They wouldn't know.
How?
I do it behind the scenes.
Word gets around.
No, all I have to do is write a letter from nobody with all the details, and they
but
don't
you're
know.
the only person that knew. Because she still told you. She just told you after the fact. So she gonna know that it came from you.
They did a background check.
No, she gonna
No,
know that
they
it
gonna know
came from
it.
you. Because
The
you're the only
girl-
person that she told.
It's like a
Because what I would say to her is, I said, listen, now you know you my girl. You know I ain't do that. Come on now. Boom.
And now
Now
you're
it's
lying.
deceit.
So now
It went to deceit in the relationship.
exactly.
It was already deceitful.
How?
It was
They
already
weren't
because she,
deceitful. They weren't
hold on,
deceitful to you.
Tone. It's
What?
deceitful. Let's take them out of it.
Oh
She and
my
I had an
goodness.
agreement. We had an agreement that we weren't gonna keep secrets. When she kept a secret, that's deceit.
But how you know? That's what I'm saying. You probably that you didn't say to her. Maybe that just didn't come up. Maybe she didn't.
No.
Maybe she didn't think that. It's
Nah.
okay. So here we go. If we friends, my reason for to say that there won't be any deceit will be based on between our relationship, not what my own personal life. I'm talking about between us. So I'm thinking that deceitful mean that if I deceive you somehow in our relationship. But if I'm going back to school, don't have nothing to do with you about what I do in my life, how can that be deceitful if that's none of your business because it's not in our relationship? That I don't share that. I don't have to share that with you. That's what I'm saying. If I was a female and I cheated on my husband, but I ain't tell you, that ain't nothing. If it's not in our relationship, for you to know that I didn't have a degree, which I don't know nobody is not who gonna really tell that, and they just kind of confining you and told you that, just the fact that they feel comfortable enough to confine you about what they did, to me that's much respect. You know what I mean? I didn't hear
the way it's presented, it presented as if it was a secret that was kept. That's how the presentation was. So we got Tone and Lovely T in the same camp about speculation.
But
It's
no,
not.
there's no speculations.
Right.
What I'm saying is, to the right, that was deceit to them. To them.
To the
But
employer.
not to the person who actually had. What do you mean? I mean, to the writer, it's like you might perceive things different than I do. To you, I'm gonna say yours is more fuel because you mad you ain't get the position. So what would you have done if that person if she got the position and you were a situation and you wasn't involved in it because y'all in different maybe you ran back and say, wait a minute, I'm about to tell on you. It don't even that don't even make sense.
It didn't impact me.
That's
exactly.
What's your sign?
So the same way you told on me, the same way I wait till you come out of the office. I have 5 niggas already ready, and they gonna beat you till you fall out. And then they gonna throw you in the back of the truck, and you ain't gonna know it's me. Same way you told and risk my family. That's what I'm gonna do to you.
They wouldn't know. She wouldn't know I told.
You gonna get cracked in the back of the head.
Yeah, I mean,
we're gonna drive you somewhere.
You messing with people's livelihood,
yeah. We're gonna beat you.
He was messing with my livelihood by being deceitful and took my promotion.
No, that's none of your business.
But you can't get mad about something you didn't get.
Right, because you stole it. Because you stole it from me.
Yeah, you won't have it.
You've lived long enough to know, I'm sure, that sometimes when things don't happen that you really wanted to happen, that it ends up being God's protection in the long run. So it's like there is no payment there other than vengeance for you to go and tell that this person lied.
Payment is I got my promotion.
I'm gonna deal with it one way or the other. I don't know if it's that or not. But I guess that's what I'm saying, because you mean to tell me you that much of a hater. I'm talking about in general, anybody. You that much of a hater that you gonna tell on me because you couldn't get on? And you gonna punk out that you'll go run to the ball. That's a punk move.
You talking about what? You talking about they friends? You said if they're friends.
Tell on me. The person who tell on me. If you told on me because you jealous that they hired me before they hired you, based on my experience and my degree.
But what if it's a fake degree? You saying if it's a fake degree?
Okay, listen, going by what the lady said, he or she told on the other person because they didn't have the degree and the other they knew their friend did. So if the who went and told on me because they didn't have that degree based on because they didn't have the degree.
Now I will say this. There is a caveat to my stance. There is a caveat. Because I just was thinking about this. Now, if this degree,
push it in, see it.
If there is a harm to the greater good of this person getting a position,
wow.
not so much the fact that they didn't tell me, but let's say we're talking about a dentist, or we're talking about someone who prescribes medication, or something where them being in that position.
Okay, I got to cut out that.
I'm listening.
Okay. If someone can be harmed because someone unqualified is placed in a position, then that I think would warrant me telling in some way, shape, fashion, or form, because now we're not just talking about, oh, you didn't tell me something. Now we're talking about, or you just getting ahead. Now we're talking about endangering the lives of others because you have someone who is not qualified to do, things that can really, be life-threatening to someone else.
So can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have an employer who has a job description. They have the description of the job, and then under they'll have qualifications, right? I just want you to stay with me so far. So if they say master's degree in broadcasting, right? And 5 years experience are the qualifications. Mm-hmm. My question to you, John Gotti, I'm sorry, lady, Lovely T, is if you don't have the master's in broadcasting, are you qualified for the position?
You might be through experience.
No.
Yeah.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
I think you qualified.
But listen to what I'm saying. They said this is the qualifications that we've determined for this position. Can you create your own qualifications so that you are? That's not the determination.
But here's the thing. That's not my job to tell them that. That's their job to find that out. It's not my job to step to the board or whoever that is. And listen, obviously, if they've been working on a job already, they've seen qualities within this person, and they just happen to have the degree to go with it. So they've already proven themselves. Just say that they see. Listen, to you or to me or to this Western society, qualifications mean that I go to school and I get the degree. And majority of people who go to school and get a degree really still is not qualified because they lack the experience. They just got a degree because their friends helped them cheat or whatever else they did. So I won't say because you got a degree, you good. But what I am saying is I've seen what you've done. If I'm the one who's going to hire you, I've seen what you've done around the studio, if we saying casting, whatever. And I've seen your work. You've shown yourself to be a hard worker, and you get the work done. You just don't have the degree, which most people that's out there are like that. They just didn't have the degree. That doesn't mean that they're not qualified. They just don't got the degree. That's all it means. So who am I to go and tell? I just believe that you're going to go in there with a wrong heart. You're not going to go in there saying, you're going to go in there despiteful. You're going to go in there being despitefully doing this because you didn't get the job.
I'm responding. Hold on, Bo. I'm responding directly to what Lovely T said. This is what she said. She said she has a caveat. She said, if the person is quote unquote, say they are a dentist or a surgeon, right? And they've never been to medical school, in that case, she said they're not qualified and she would tell. So she said, because they didn't have those degrees, medical doctor or a doctor in dentistry, she said she would tell. And my response was what you heard me say. And what I said was, who determines the qualification? Because she said if it's a life-threatening degree, like a doctor, she would tell.
I would too. That's different.
Because they're not qualified. So hold on. So my retort to
That's
that
different.
is this. Hold on though. My retort is this. I'm gonna make the same argument Tone made. This.
You can't.
Hold on. If the person is on the job and they did faked it till they made it, and then they got a promotion as a lead surgeon, that means they saw him doing surgery. So why would you tell?
No, it's a whole different. Now, glad you brought that up. Now you're talking about something that can actually put you in prison too. That's a crime being committed. You're working on somebody's surgery, and you don't have the. Now you're breaking the law. Not just your degree, but you could be locked up for that. That you practicing false. So
but that's not. They gotta do it you, Tom. They gotta do it you. They'll get found out. Don't worry.
No, it's different. Nobody's gonna die if I get the higher position as being a tech. Nobody's gonna die. And some jobs can be something called a trade. You can actually go get a trade for what I do. What my degree is in, somebody can go pick up a trade and do what I do. But what I'm saying is, you can't pick up a trade in the medical field and cut open people. You can't do a trade. So there's a big difference in morals now. Now, my morals and who I am as a person, I don't want you to be operating on somebody and possibly kill this person. So that's different from if a person who, just like the article said, they went for promotion and this person got the job. I mean, I think they're different. A trade is different. I think that's different. I'm still acting crazy though with the microphone.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that?
Yeah.
But we don't know what but I'm assuming I'm going to assume and speculate.
Okay.
I'm assuming that this position, because based on what she said, if it's a degree position, I'm assuming it's not a trade. So that means there is something connected to that degree that makes it, I'm assuming, specific. Would you debate that, Lovely T?
Well, in this situation, but I said I was applying my caveat to what situation would have to exist in order for me to, tell.
To do the right thing. Oh, okay.
Well, oh my goodness, that's
if you're a dentist and a doctor, I think those two different things.
Yeah.
There's somebody working in a corporation. I think that one is not my business. That's how you play the game. They used to always make that statement: "Don't hate the player, hate the game." So you hating the player and you hating the game because you wasn't strong enough to get in. Now,
hate the game, not the player.
Yeah, hate the game.
Yeah, I want to get enough liar. You're right.
But what I'm saying is that's just how this thing flows. It's just you didn't get the job and I did. I was better at performing.
You was better at lying.
But you don't believe that. You don't believe that. The fact that you didn't lie. You know what I mean? Like that virtue, like that will be rewarded. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? Like there might be a higher position that comes along later that you're considered for. Like why worry about? Yeah, she says the sound. Daylight says the sound is distorted.
I don't know what's going on today. Something's going on. Maybe it's going on with the screen. StreamYard, maybe not StreamYard. Maybe we need to go on there and see if something.
What do you gain, RW3? You still haven't quite told me. Like, what do you gain by? Oh, you said you would get the position. You're assuming that if they say, "Oh, RW, you're so great, we love and want to reward that honesty," we're gonna fire them and we're gonna hire you. That's what you're saying is gonna happen.
What if they don't happen?
They are.
What
Daylight is everybody distorted? All of us?
Yeah, daylight is all of us distorted.
I don't know which one it is. I'm around a lot of equipment, so
It's probably Tone and Lovely T because they're talking crazy.
no, it could be the screen name because we've been doing this every Friday. You know what I mean? It could be them. I don't know why what we've done different that it'll be us. But I guess all I'm saying
It's just
is,
you.
I guess all I'm saying is this, that you know, what are your motives?
Yeah.
If your motives were bold, then whatever happened to her should happen to you, to me, because you just as bold as you was. It's almost like, I'm gonna go out there, people. I don't know if everybody gonna do this, but y'all know me. I use that phrase. No, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna just say this. I call that the N word mentality, where black folks love to tell on one another. They it's like the barrel and the crabs in the barrel, where they pulling each other down because that other person trying to make it to the top. Or however they making it to the top. It's like that crabs in the barrel, that your reasoning is not because you're really that concerned, but it's because you want that job over that person. And that person proved to be better than you. So now you want to kick that person down. However they got there, they got there. You know what I mean? But you're pulling them down because you want to get there. You want to be at the top. You don't have a real, you don't have a really leg. You don't have a real leg in the game, like they say, other than you just jealous. That's your leg in the game.
I'm not jealous.
Just jealous. You know what I mean? But you got to take the same consequences to come back to you that you push out. A lot of times people don't understand that the same consequences you threw out, the same consequences you need to respect coming back to you.
But hold on, so
it's gonna be something depending on the wrong person. That ain't over.
Shouldn't that person expect, since I'd have tricked it, been deceitful up the chain, I should expect that back, right?
No, because I wasn't deceitful to you. I was deceitful to the owner who paying me the check. I wasn't deceitful to you.
No, but should they expect it back? It don't always, but the thing about it, we know, well, believers, we say reap what you sow, but in the world, it's karma. Karma don't necessarily come from the same person, don't come from the same, like, for example, if I didn't do right to Tracy, my karma might not necessarily come back directly from Tracy.
Right.
Karma is not necessarily, so the fact that you've been deceitful,
right,
and you've been to whoever you were, and you've been trichologist.
No, you just said the person just did. Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. We're not, see, this is the thing. We just judge this whole person's character by one thing that they've done, like they could do to you. What if you cheated on your wife, or what if you had an affair with a married woman? You're gonna. What I'm saying is, you're judging this person's character by one move that they made, and you don't know why they made it. It could be based on desperate. It could be based on that they need to feed their family. They think the system is not. I could do the job, but I don't have the degree. Which that's majority of the time is still a money game, even in the colleges, to me. So all I'm saying is this. I mean, how can you justify why you would tell? I mean, how can a person justify why they would tell?
And just to add the chocolate on top of the ice cream, like the person did tell the friend. It was just after the fact.
Right. Right.
So the person still came clean with the friend. It was after the fact, but to maintain maybe that, like, I know I didn't tell you in the time, but because we cool, I still want to let you know that this is the case. They're still leaning on you as a friend.
It's just like I pick up Tone. All right, Tone, I need to go to TCF. I need to go to the bank. He sit in the car, go in, come out, and we riding down 12 Mile. Oh, Tone, I forgot to tell you, I just robbed that bank. But I told you now. So I told you afterwards.
That's a different scenario.
As my friend, as long as I told you.
That's a different scenario. You know why that's a different scenario? Because you made me play a part of your story. You put me in your story without telling me.
I told you.
No, if you don't think that's different, then you don't know the streets. The thing, listen, if you put me in a crime, at least I should know, so I can make the decision to say if I want to go do time in prison. That's a whole different situation than me telling you about my degree, which is my business, that I ain't have to, and it didn't affect you.
It
You know
did,
what I
because you
mean?
got my job.
No, you didn't know. How did you know I got your job? You didn't. And here's the thing. The key word is, to me, she had a higher degree. So chances are you probably would have never got it anyway, because your degree wasn't higher. It said the one had a higher degree than the other. So what makes you think you will get the job? And see, yeah, so we just running our mouths, because the thing is, this person had a higher degree. They hired them based on their degree, if you think about it. So chances are you might have never got the job anyway, because you weren't qualified, so to speak. You get what I mean? Y'all, in other words, y'all both wasn't qualified. If you think about it. Now, what would you do then? Y'all both not qualified. What would you do then? So it's all haterade after that. It's all haterade.
Yeah.
It's all haterade after that. You see, RW3 ain't got nothing to say now.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I was just reading the whatchamacallit again, to be
Oh, wait,
clear.
okay. So, okay. I think it was it that one that it required a degree, and so the person said that they had the bachelor's degree.
The coworker,
Say it again.
the coworker told her friend, the one with the real bachelor's degree,
Yeah.
that she had a fake master's degree in the same field. So the way it's presented, the one girl doesn't have a degree, period. She didn't fake it away, period. She don't have
No,
a
I
degree.
know that. We know that.
She don't have a bachelor's or a master's.
We know that. We know that. We saying, but didn't the one have a higher degree than the other one? They both had the same degree.
No. One girl, the way it's written at the seams, she don't have no degree, period.
No, we know that.
Her friend has a real bachelor's.
Bachelor's
We know
degree.
that. We saying that the other person is pretending that they had a higher degree. They have, you know what I mean? The one person. Okay, what do it say? Do it say that they both had the same type of degrey?
It said
In the same field, they should have the
They have this. It's supposed to be, because I remember the article. I can't say it, because from my thought was in that article, it was that they were both in the same field, but one had a higher degree than the other one, so the other one got promoted when they went to the promotion.
I'm reading this as the girl who got the promotion, she didn't have a degree, period.
We know that. We said
Bachelor's or master's.
No, Womack, we know that she faked her degree, period.
Right.
She faked her degree, period. But what happened was, I thought she had a higher degree. Still, she had a fake higher degree.
yeah,
You know
she
what I
did.
mean?
She did
Which
that
was a
too, right.
master.
Right. So what I'm saying is, from what the article is sharing, is that the girl with the higher degree got hired based on that. She got the promotion because she had the bigger degree. So what I'm saying is, in essence, they both wasn't qualified.
But it didn't say, but listen to this though. It didn't say that the higher degree was necessary for the position.
But
It didn't say that.
But it was spoken in the article. Why would you say that?
I'm reading it.
I said, why would you say it though? If it didn't matter, why did you say it?
Because it says that it doesn't say that it said the person. Now, if both of them, the company assumed they both had bachelors. One was faking anyway. Then the person gets super fake. So that was the separating point, because you could have got the position with a bachelor's, but when you created your fake masters, you got it. So you ain't got no bachelor's or masters, and you got the position.
Well, it didn't say that.
Well, I'm not saying that she didn't have a bachelor's, but she faked it the master's. So maybe I didn't write it right, but I think they both had a bachelor's, but she faked it the master's.
Yeah, to me, the principle is still the same. The principle is that you got on. I do feel some kind of way. I do feel some kind of way only because I worked hard for what I've got.
Right.
And you could be the possible reason that I didn't get this degree. But
or the job.
Yeah, but I'm not going to tear you off because I didn't get it. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Because I can build more enemies doing it that way, knowing around the job that you a snitch, running around the job, but you can't say nothing to them, and nobody gonna sit by you. I ain't gonna be around. I'm not gonna be around you. You know what I mean? Because you just as fake as she was.
But you know, Mr. RW3 or Mr. Righteous, Superman Righteous.
How that been Superman rights? I said I wouldn't tell. Robert said he will.
No, that's what I'm calling out, Mr. RW3, Mr. Superman Righteous.
Oh,
Oh.
he is, but no, he just as dirty as if me and you. If he called me,
Yeah,
and you dirty,
well,
dirty because he got a fake motive. He only telling because it's hurting him. He ain't hurting because what would you do if you heard about it through a third party and it
I'm
wasn't
gonna tell on everybody.
Oh.
you won't be there long.
Anybody that faked it. I know lovely T, and if I heard she faked it, I'm telling them Tuesday.
Oh.
Look,
I'm telling on lovely T Tuesday.
yeah, from the people in the street.
people not gonna want to be your friend.
That's fine.
No.
Well, hold on. From the
God
people
is my
from the
friend.
Oh.
You're gonna be telling on a lot of people. There's a lot of people that probably even work with you that got a fake degree. Probably.
Uh-huh. That's true.
They did an article on that. How bad it was.
How bad what was?
Were people with fake degrees?
Y'all remember there was a period of time it was
I read
several
an
people
article.
that they were caught. They had them on the news because they were doctors with fake degrees.
No, I'm talking about people who didn't get caught. They were just talking about the article about the percentage people that's working right now with fake degrees, and their degrees not even real.
Yep.
And they was saying a lot of the other people were doing that big time. The other people, they were doing that real big, going into jobs but don't have.
So that means they're not getting official transcripts then.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have a HR department that's on it, because people do try to get away with stuff. Unfortunately, like it would be silly of an employer to think that everyone is genuine and true. I mean, you have people with, like you say, Tone, you don't know what their motivators are. You don't know how desperate they are. Desperate people do desperate things. You gotta be up on that kind of stuff.
I thought about doing that. That's how I knew about the hustle. When I knew about the hustle, I knew the position just to have a degree. Let me go online real quick and spend out this money and go get it. I just didn't do it. And it was more of me just being lazy than actually doing it. You know, there's more of me being lazy than actually doing it. And I knew enough about it.
But why would you do that? But why would you do that?
Because of the money. Just like anybody else. I'm doing it for the money. I see a position, higher pay. I don't have the degree in there, but I've got the experience. Hey, let me go holler at my man, print this out. Because at the end of the day, it's all about what comes out of my mouth.
Because I have seen experience. I have seen job descriptions where you can do the work. You got the experience. I'm not talking about years of experience. Then they say, "Oh, I want you to have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree." That made people think like, "Wow,
it's a gatekeeping.
It's a gatekeeping, right?"
Sometimes.
But that's going back to the school industry more than anything, so they can make their money. If you don't believe that school is about money more so than you'll agree, you're fooling yourself. It's another industry to make money. It just happened to be what you call the education. You know what I mean? So, but I guess going back to it again, I wouldn't tell. It's none of my business. In fact, I forgot you even told me. I will be upset. I will feel some kind of way, and I'll let you know. You know what I mean? And I might tax that degree. I might tell that, hey, every time you get your paycheck, I want $200.
See, now you not extortion.
I'm extortion. Because you don't want look, hold on. If you pick up about 150,000, look,
blackmail.
If you picked up about 150,000 and you was making about 80,000 or 70,000, you picked up about 150 because of this position. You giving me $200 every 2 weeks since you got that position.
Blackmail.
I'm telling you,
Blackmail.
it's all about money game. Money game. I might say 500 a month.
Oh man.
I need 500 a month because I know you got this position and you're going to sign an agreement. You know what I mean? and now we can continue on this thing. You do what you got to do. Just because guess what? You made me lose out, so you owe me. You made me lose out on a degree, so you owe. Hey, listen, I'm legitimately telling you the truth. I ain't even exaggerating.
But was her getting that promotion based on that degree, or was it based on her performance?
It could be. Well, it's the fact that
RW3 seems to think it's the degree.
Or they wouldn't. My thing is, I'm going off information given.
Right.
Clearly, that was a fact because they brought it up in what I read.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
It don't matter. To me, either I'm going to tell on you. No, it just to me. Either I'm going to go by my ways. You got it. You got on. I wasn't up on my game. So I ain't going to let you. Go ahead, baby. I passed the, hey, do your thing. But me and you share a secret. So when I need favors, I'm expecting you to come in for your favor. And
no.
Hold on, but check it out. What if your friend became a supervisor and she can bring people in and give them a budget? You already know what I'm about to do. I ain't saying nothing, but I need that position and I need this amount of money. Oh, I'm gonna ride it all the way down the street. I ain't telling on you at all. I ain't gonna ever tell on you.
You done crossed over, Tom. You done crossed over to RW3 side.
No. My way's past RW3. This
you right. You right.
I'm blackmailing you in that position.
Oh my God.
I got you for life now. And look, if you my boss, I better not ever get fired. I can come in late. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, and I dare you to say something to me. I'm gonna ride this pony all the way out, and I'm gonna come in late sometime. I'm gonna eat in the boss room. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna put them in a position to tell them they self.
Exactly.
Right.
But no. I ain't gonna mess it up because I want to keep it going for me. I'm not gonna be bold. Probably every once a week I might miss a day. My boss will have to cover. You know what I mean? If I need to go out of town, you just gotta cover. That's the game you play. See, just like you sacrifice something, I got the same way around. Now you got to sacrifice in this area too. Because if you tell them the one lie, now you gotta clean up the other. You know what I mean? So it's just gonna be a whole spiel of lies because you gotta cover for me.
Well, we got a comment, y'all. We got a comment from Toya. She said, I will hope the promotion was based on other factors than this degree. I would think the degree is only one factor.
Well, and majority of the time it is. It's the
gatekeeping really factor, though.
Well, see, here's the thing. The majority of the time, the degree just gets you in the door.
Mm-hmm.
So now what you do to work your way up, that's between you and your boss. If they like you, they just give you breaks that other people wouldn't get. But my thing is that I would like to think the same thing that is about your performance. And see, that's another reason why I wouldn't tell. It's because if this person now, if you outperform me, I'm gonna really ride that blackmail. I'm gonna ride it to the day. But I'm never gonna cut you because I need your money because you're getting a paycheck from them. So I'm gonna keep you right. You're gonna do a lot for me. Trust me when I tell you that. But on my thing is that if it's a situation where it's only based on performance and not degree, but you got to have a degree, like Robert said, because it's in your,
it's in that job description. You have to have a master.
Yeah, but I would say to myself, well, at least I know this person can really do the job, and they actually can do the job better than me, and I know they can. That's just giving the person respect. Now I don't got nothing to do if they didn't catch it. But if I know you better than me, but you just don't have the degree, why in the world would I tell on you if you better than I am at that job? No, I don't think that.
Now, just so I can see.
The person that had a bachelor's degree was less. She probably was good, but she just didn't have the master, which was part of the qualifications.
Right. That's the issue.
But they should have caught that, not me. They should. That's not my business to catch it.
I'm gonna help.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. So RW3, would you ride the same train that Tony is on? Like, what if the friend came to you and was like, "Listen, you know I got this. I know we was both going out for it, but you know, I faked my degree, but you my boy, so I'm gonna hook you up. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get some perks because I know we was going out for this and I know how I got it. And now I'm telling you how I got it. So I'm gonna work some perks out for you. Would you jump on that train?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt,
I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off.
So
no
then
doubt.
you would be, so then you wouldn't tell.
Wow.
No, I would.
I would
Oh
tell. I'm
my
gonna get you though.
God,
Oh,
Lady
you,
B.
Oh,
but
long
you
as
no,
get
I'm
the
gonna get you
perks,
real
gonna
good. I don't
tell,
want
right?
to tell because
But
if you gonna,
if you're not
I
getting the
mean, what
perks,
if I
you
don't
gonna
get the
tell.
job? But if I know you working that
Right.
job, oh, I'm gonna ride you all the way to the
So
top. And
that's
I'm gonna
so
have a
wait.
party. We're gonna have a party.
So this
You
is
go.
selfish gang, right?
Well, it's a selfish
So
game. That's what it
Lady
is.
B,
No,
Lady
no,
B.
listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying if I was one sound better to the other one for me is that I know. I mean, come on, you just did it to me because that's you faked your degree. So I want you to actually, whenever it's a job promotion, and if you're in charge, I need that job. If you can be responsible for me getting a raise, I need that raise. If you're responsible for me to get fired, I bet not ever get fired. I mean, because you doing the same thing. You doing the same thing to me. I mean, I'm doing the same thing to you that you did to the job. You know what I mean? And if I know your
That's not a
secret,
friend. That's not a friend.
hey, well, listen, think about this. What if you become the supervisor and you get the higher position? Now you try to dog me, and I know your truth. You get what I mean? So we got to work with one another here. I mean, you got
You
to give
know
me
what?
some.
You're not a friend if you know your nefarious behavior will negatively impact me.
Wait, say that word again.
Well, see, there's different
If
type of
you know
friendships.
your
There's job
nefarious
friendships.
behavior would
Nefarious?
nefarious. Your
Ne-
nefarious
Nefarious.
behavior
Good.
That's an over.
Okay.
That's an
hold
over.
on
That's an overinflated word in this conversation. It's overkill.
would negatively impact me. So I'm done talking about it.
Yeah.
I need
Well,
some water.
what would you do? I would not tell. I would not tell. I would let the universe take care of itself because guess what? What's mine is mine. And now as far as the friendship goes, you have just revealed to me, you know, the I mean, even though Tone, you say it could be circumstantial, but to do something like that and you knew that I was going for this position and is really truly qualified for the position, like that would reveal something about me and something about our friendship that I would have to it would probably alter how I move forward with the person.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't bother me at all. I mean, I wouldn't care well, obviously it bothered me. But when you get that degree, I'm gonna close that door back with you in the room. They're gonna be out there laughing and celebrate. You know how you ease the door back and your hand is behind you, and that person you want to say, hey, let me talk to you for a minute. Yeah, hey, congratulations, we got the job. And I'm gonna say, we got the job. I'm gonna say, we got the job. I'm so glad. She's gonna be like, oh wow, what do you mean we got the job? Well, I mean, come on now. I know, and I know your situation. I mean, come on, guy, listen. But guess what? No, I'm not gonna tell. No, listen, you deserve it. But listen, we just gotta work together now. There's some things that I need to be done, and I know now. I know now since we share so many secrets that we can also share these secrets too. So you get what I mean. So now, God, I love it. I mean, we're gonna be a team. We're gonna work this company together. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Listen, Diane, listen,
Mind.
Diane Ladybug Curry said to you, Tone, integrity is gone. With your nonsense
Hey,
and
it
your
don't even
blackmail.
matter.
Thank you,
What
Diane
up,
Ladybug Curry.
D3? What up?
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Because she might have just toned in.
No, she
been in for a while.
She been here.
No, listen. I said the first time I wouldn't tell. And that was it. I said, but if I had to do the two between telling and blackmailing, I'm going to blackmail you so you can still keep your job. And I
Oh,
make money
man.
off of you than to fire you and you go home to an empty home. I don't know your setup. Maybe you can't feed your kids no more. That's not my business.
Ladybug giving Tone the business. She said,
Hey.
don't like that money make you manipulate and use your moral compass and your mind. I had the mind. So
And do
Ladybug
what?
Curry
And
is
do what with
on
your
it.
mind? Be a snitch? And possibly get busted across your head when you knocked out when you walk out the door? I mean,
She's talking about you,
nobody in
Tone.
the church talking to you?
She's talking about you.
No, trust me, I understand what she's saying, but what I'm saying is I'm using it to say, what are you saying when you say morals in this situation? You know, is it moral for you to go tell on me and you got wrong intentions? Your morals are just as bad as mine because you only tell it for self-gain. And RW3 will only be telling for self-gain.
Self-gain.
So
Yep.
his morals are also worse than mine. He's no different than
That's
me.
right.
You're not
Because you
Tone.
already said that.
Blackmail, hold on. Blackmail is a crime.
You talking
We
to
don't have
somebody
to
that
say
can't be a
moral.
lawyer. Trust me.
Blackmail is a crime. Oh, yes, you Tone. Not RW3. Yes, you Tone.
No, I know she talking. Listen, come on, y'all know I don't.
RW3, you said it had to benefit you.
No.
That's what RW3 said.
Hold on, but listen. The lady is agreeing with Ward Matt saying that I will go tell, even if I'm doing it for selfish motive, as though that's not self-gaining or immoral, just like me
Tone.
giving you a fake degree.
Hold on. Lovely T and Lady B, could y'all tell me, is there a difference between telling and committing a federal crime like Tone with blackmail?
That's not a crime.
Is there a difference?
That's not a federal crime.
Blackmail is a crime.
No.
No,
Listen.
I don't know.
That's a crime. To some degree. It depends on how it's spelled out. And it is.
The way you spelled it out, it's a crime.
No. Well, it's the thing where it's like this. You wrong just like I am. So we both wrong. But the fact remains is you don't lose your job. See, that's the difference. You don't have to go home to your kids because some guy was jealous at me and they fired me and now I can't feed my family. And what if I got 5, since you're throwing on thick, what if I had 5 kids? And I got to feed those kids and you tell on me for self-gain and you only got 1 kid. So now you get to feed your family and I can't. So what's the difference? Somebody tell me what the difference is. I can't feed my family.
Ladybug Curry said the difference is what you're doing is a crime, brother.
So you say.
Ladybug.
So you say. It don't matter. It don't matter if it's a crime.
Well, ask Ladybug, would she tell though? Would she tell?
Yeah,
no, she jumped on Tone Camp.
Right.
I'm curious about our Mr. Superman Righteous. Would she tell on her friend?
Yeah, would you tell on your friend?
Right. Would you tell on your friend, Ladybug?
After her friend, she knew our situation and she lied to get a job and she hurt me. Why my friend do me like that?
She didn't hurt you. That's none of your business. That's none of your business what she do with her life. That's her life. That don't affect you.
It affected me.
In your own way it does. To you it does. But to her it doesn't. It's none of your business. It's none of your business if I have a degree, if I don't have a degree. It's not your conversation to come and tell the boss something. No, I wouldn't
She said,
tell.
no, I wouldn't
so she
tell.
on my side. I said I wouldn't tell. I just added that part in and say, so she'll get it. So this one of the things I don't never like people to do is get it misconstrued about what I said. The first thing I said is I wouldn't tell. I said, but if I had to tell, if it was between what Robert said about getting this person fired, then I might as well say, hey, listen, you just as bold as I am, I need to collect those dollars. You got to collect that money.
Yeah.
Legal or illegal. You need to collect that money. I need my money because you and my mindset affected me for making more money. So I need you to pay me for taking that
Give me a
dollar.
percentage of that.
Yeah, you're going to pay me because you look like you went to the table dirty, you're going to kick out the money like I'm dirty. We both dirty because you were taking that money.
It's time for our relationship.
You said what?
Time for the relationship. Tone committing crimes. Let's talk about relationships now.
We gotta do our little break. Yeah.
I'm not gonna take a break. I'm just gonna be talking. If y'all getting water, y'all go ahead and do what y'all want to do because I don't want to cut it. We're just gonna go into the next topic.
Yeah.
But if y'all need to do something, just go ahead and
Yeah, most definitely.
But guys, listen, so I guess in my mindset, at the end of the day, I wouldn't tell. I guess we got how many people wouldn't tell?
I wouldn't tell.
See.
Okay, I wouldn't tell.
I'm trying to see.
Well, we know Lady B. If it was somebody she didn't know, she telling.
No, I'm not. If it's somebody I don't know, I'm telling. But if somebody
So
I know,
she would tell.
telling.
So you would tell. You say you would tell, right?
No, not on somebody I know. I won't tell.
Now that's hypocritical. I wouldn't do
Why?
that either. That's not right to say that you would tell on somebody. If you going, it should be a moral base, not cause it's a favor thing. I ain't gonna telling you without telling you. Either you gonna tell or you ain't. You're not gonna tell.
See, we know John Gotti Jr. He gonna roll with you to the wheels fall off, no matter what the crime is. I'll be back.
No, I don't think I would tell because I'm not really a person that just go somewhere and just tell on people. That's never been me. But but when you go to a certain job, they do expect you to. If you see something that's not right, you're supposed to supposed to step up and make that known to that company.
Well, so say the company. I mean, I think that's so say the company. If that's what the company wants you to do, so you can help them. It's almost like now when you go into how sometimes you go into Myers, and now they want you to they want to look at your receipt. You know what I mean? Now they got all the people brainwashed that they got to show their receipt when they don't have to show their receipt.
Right.
You know what I mean? So my thing is,
that's up to the company to find. Do we want it? We don't have that commercial to play for the Battle Dome while we just take a quick little couple seconds.
Yeah, let's see if we got a commercial to play.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick little.
Guys, we're gonna go out for a minute and come back in 4-hour break. I think the producer, I don't know if she's trying to find it or not, but guys, leave a comment. Would you tell on your friend who you found out had a fake degree and y'all both was going for the same position, and that person get the position and you don't, knowing that person didn't have a real degree? Would you tell on them? Or leave comments. Just say yes or no. That's all we want to know. I just want to know, would you say yes or no? To what you just seen. You know what I mean? Don't forget, guys, to like and share this page. Like and share this page. Again, it's on the screen. Guys, we really looking for you guys. We're trying to grow our podcast. Obviously, we're all separated because of the order. Hopefully, in a month or so, things will come back where we can be back. And you can take the sign down now. Hopefully things will get opened up where we can now allow the other co-hosts, we can all come together again and just begin to talk and kick it with you guys. You know what I mean? Like we've been doing more so inside of the studio, which I'm in at this particular time in the studio. But yeah, guys, listen. We really would like you to like and share this page. And because we care about what you think, you can leave comments. If you want us to talk about certain topics, let us know. Let us know, what do you want us to talk about? Do you have something that you think that nobody's addressed and you would like someone to address it? Let us know. If we think it's something that's worthy of talking about, we'll address it. We'll kick it about it. Because you guys, we like the comment that you leave. So leave comments, guys. We'll love if you leave those comments. And we're trying to see if we're going to be coming on through the week. I know I did that trial run, me trying to come on. I guess I'm just trying to figure it out to see if we're going to come on more than one day a week, probably like at least twice during the weekday instead of just the weekend. So now they just be the weekend and the weekday. But guys, let us know. Do you think we should do that? not all of us. Maybe it might just be me, and we'll just talk about some things. What's trending? You know, there's a lot of stuff out there trending from that. Akashi, what is that? 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know, what do you guys listen? Do you think Tekashi 6ix9ine is a snitch, or as an informant? You know, and him like he trying to cloud chase Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? And it's Snoop Dogg knowing that, you know, hey, I need to just leave this guy alone. Let him say what he gonna say, because all he's trying to do is get his name back. You know, I don't know if he's trying to say that, hey, I'm not the only guy that's a snitch. I found out that, you know, him saying that, not me, him to say that, wait a minute, I found out that you told on Suge Knight. You know what I mean? Is he doing that on purpose? You know what I mean? Or is he doing that just to get his name back big? You know what I mean? Is he trying to get big? You know what I mean? I was just talking, guys, you know, while we was on the little break. That is, and I know a lot of y'all probably don't know Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know, he was the guy who told on. He's a rapper, you know, and he turned on his comrades. He told on his comrades, but some of all of his comrades, or the ones that matter, were in gangs. You know, like the Bloods and stuff. He was a so-called Blood, whatever, and it came down to where he was arrested for a couple of things. I think murder was involved. I don't know. I know it was drug trafficking or something like that. But he ended up telling on everybody around him. He even told the guy to go shoot this other rapper. I think the other guy did. I don't know if he killed him, but he did shoot him. But Tekashi told on everybody who did whatever, and he put some real gangsters away, Bloods, you know, and now they let him out early. You know, like I don't even think he was in there a year or so. They let him out, and all the other guys got like some real time. So I was saying, do you think that now he's back out in the street of New York? Now he's trying to get himself back in good. And people, I guess the word is, people like, would you listen back to him? Why would you listen back to a person that just snitched out your whole crew, put them locked up, but you rapping like you a gangster? I thought gangsters didn't tell on one another. You know what I mean? I thought gangsters, you know, kept it quiet. You know what I mean? They didn't say anything. Most gangsters don't. Real gangsters don't talk. You know what I mean? At least that way. You know what I mean? They don't talk by snitching on you. They say, no, don't lock them up. You know what I mean? But here, this guy, he gonna tell on everybody because it will give him less time. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on right now. And I was just asking the audience, what do you think? Do you think Tekashi is really an informant for the FBI? Is he an informant and not just somebody who snitched? But do he go deeper in that? And that's what I was asking people. So, guys,
well, that was the case for White Boy Rick, wasn't it? Wasn't he an informant for the FBI? Ended up being an informant.
Well, I believe so. I believe he was. And he did a lot of time. But see, here's the thing. He did time. In fact, he's still locked up, isn't he? And this was something since the 80s. That was in the 80s. So he still, even though he told on them, I don't know if they let him out or not. I don't know if they let Roy. What do you think about that Kwame Kilpatrick thing?
Oh yeah, what do you guys think? What you think about that, Lonely T?
You know what? I think it's fair. Only because, like, at the time that he got caught up, there were so many politicians that were getting called on the carpet for, you know, adultery and having affairs. It was like a wave real quick.
Yeah.
But when it came to Kwame, for some reason, they wanted to put him under the jail cell.
Wow.
Well, do you think he should be let out?
I do. I mean, I think the conditions that they set up, I think, are fair, because he's not just out as a free man. He's not getting clemency. He's not getting the other thing. he's simply having to do his sentence out at home. You know, he's on parole or you
Yeah.
know, so or home arrest, whatever they call it. But I think he should have done time. Do I think he should have got the number of years that he got? No, I don't. So I think this is fair.
Yeah. Well, how long he been locked up?
They said that he did about a quarter of his sentence, and his sentence I think was 28 years.
Yeah.
So roughly around, I don't know, 6 years or so, 6 or 7 years maybe.
Yeah, they said it was around that time. I guess it adds up to about that time. I mean, me myself, I don't think that, even though I don't know about that Tamara Green situation. Remember they linked Tamara Green, the stripper, and she got killed, and they kind of tried to link. I don't think they were able to prove that, but I think the attorney who represents the Tamara Green family he's kind of mad that he don't think the Kwame should be let out. But my thing is that, other than that, because I really don't know that story to know if that's a real story. All I know is Tamara Green did get murdered, and it has something. I know that allegedly got murdered, and they think that Kwame Kilpatrick has something to do with that because of some strip club or some night. I think at the mansion that there was some kind of party, and I think she was invited.
I think the wife did it. It's like, no, I mean, allegedly. Let me say.
Yeah.
I think the wife allegedly got mad.
You think so?
And I
don't think she did though.
I don't think so.
No, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
Look, I met her before, and she complimented me on a suit that I had. She was like, "I got that same suit." I was like, "Oh, okay, great minds think alike." So I ain't hating on the ex-wife. I ain't hating.
Oh, see, there it is. See, I mean, I don't know. I think that he deserved to be out. I think that the time that he got. I mean, look at all these guys that Donald Trump released. You know what I mean? And I think that this guy have the right for a second chance. I think he got a right for a second chance.
Yeah.
To go and try to do this thing right again. I think that, I'm gonna be honest, I think he was too young of a mayor, and that's why they called him the hip hop mayor. I think that there was a lot of
immature.
I think it was a lot of that going on. He didn't know how to deal with that pressure, and he got caught up. You know what I mean? He got caught up. But if it's true about him being released, I think he should be. I think he should be. He's paid the time. He's did time. For his mistake. But I hope it's true. I hope it's true, and it's not fake news. You know what I mean?
RW3, what do you think?
The chocolate cake is good.
Cause we asking you about
he ain't gonna
Kwame
say nothing. He know
Kilpatrick.
Kwame was a gangster. He ain't gonna say nothing about
What you think about
Kilpatrick.
Kwame?
Well, a couple of things. One, I think because they exceeded the sentencing guidelines, so I think the sentence was excessive. Number one. Number two, I hope with the second opportunity that he recognizes that, because at no point in reading his comments did he concede anything, because he said he committed no crimes, he didn't do anything wrong, and even further stated, there's still a arrogance, a narcissistic vibe to his situation. But I do believe he should get a second chance, and that he can come out, because black men and young boys need their fathers. So him being out, and because they said on June 10th he's supposed to go back live with his mom in Georgia. His sons are in Georgia. I think having the opportunity to be around his children and help with his sons, I think it could be positive as well. So I see some good things about that. My only issue is when people, and I think me and Lovely T talked about it a little bit. My only issue is when we say things such as, well, look at what the white people are doing. You know, I push against that for this reason. It's different if, say, Kwame, let's just go off the premise he committed the crimes. And then you're trying to compare it to whites. My issue is we have an African American mayor over a city that's primarily 85% black, and it bothers me that it's not like he committed the crimes and is negatively affecting Oakland County, Washington, or Genesee. It's where the black people are. That's my issue. I don't like when people say, "Oh, the white people are doing it," but then if you have somebody that's African American doing things to hurt African Americans, that bothers me.
Well, I mean that's what they hurt each other, don't they? Even the white community hurt their own people.
Right.
I don't think. See, okay, so a narcissist. See, this is my thing. I think sometimes we use that word overkill because you have to know the difference between that and somebody who's confident in who they are. You could be, you can. If I'm confident in me, doesn't mean I'm a narcissist. That doesn't mean that. That just means I'm confident in who I am as a person, and I believe in myself. You could call Jay-Z that in his rap. You could say he's a narcissist because he rap. He's a confident rapper. You know what I mean? Just like a lot of people. My brother calls me that narcissist. But I don't believe that I am. I believe that I'm a person who believes in myself. Now, I help out more people than you know. You see what I mean? I mean, giving them cash money. You know what I mean? And like doing more for other people than I do for myself, even within my own family.
But
so my thing is that, hold on, let me finish it. But my thing is that if you didn't know me, you believe that I am. I'm just overconfident. I'm not a narcissist in terms of what that means a narcissist is. So when I seen Kwame, I didn't see that. I see somebody who believed that people didn't think he could do it. He's a young guy. He's still, if I might add that on richly, a young guy full of confidence. And I believe he was more of that than anything else. That's what I believe. You know what I mean? But I mean, I do believe that he deserved to be out for a second chance. And I think he paid his dues. You know what I mean? I think he paid his dues. He did pay. He still got that number behind him. Meaning he's been to prison. But you talking about a guy with a silver tongue. Silver tongue. That guy, to me, Kwame Kilpatrick could have been the next Obama. Kwame Kilpatrick could have been the next Obama with this. Listen, even Mike Duggan said that he'll help this man get on his feet if he coming out. He said he'll help him on his feet. Now you know that's something. And he said this man got an excellent mind. Excellent mind. You know what I mean? So, kudos to him.
So let me say this. One element in terms of narcissism, which I agree you're not. See, this is what I've seen with you, though. I've seen you present certain things, and I've personally experienced it, seeing you reflect. You say, you know what? I thought about it, and I was wrong for this, or I apologize for this, or you know what? I need to do something different. I've seen you humble yourself to the greater good of, like, I'll just give you example. When we are talking about the podcast, I mean, of course, your experience far exceeds a lot of what we've been doing. You said in a meeting, well, I really need y'all feedback. I need y'all input because I don't have all the answers. Those are not qualities of a narcissistic person. Kwame and Trump, they don't have that. They haven't at least displayed it. I've seen that in you. Like Kwame or Trump, they never apologized. They've never acknowledged, you know what? I'm wrong. I should have did something differently. Or I understand your point of view. There's so many, when I look at the definition of narcissism, and all you need is like 2 or 3 of them to be considered that, each one of them got at least 2 or 3 of the qualities that falls into that.
Well, can you say that's the whole America? We all have.
I think everybody have a little narcissistic.
Yeah, we do.
Now, Lady B, I'm with you. So I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. Like all of us, like for example, like we talk about depression. All of us have had moments of depression, but we're not diagnosed with the disorder of depression because we've all been sad. We've all cried. So that'll mean that you. So I agree, Lady B. When you say we all have bouts of some narcissistic qualities or whatever, but these guys, in the face of whatever they're dealing with, they don't have the ability or the power to back down or back off or to pull away. That's where the disorder comes in at.
But we quit. And this American society,
to diagnose.
we quit to diagnose
what's it called?
people.
DSM. You guys know.
Yeah, and give them a drug. I'm totally, to some degree, I just think that we're quick to diagnose people and give them a title behind, and half of us, if not all of us, is have those same qualities. You know, I can see if it's an addictive behavior, you know what I mean, or if it's something that can be deadly, you know what I mean, addiction can lead to deadly. I can see in those areas, but I'm talking about a behavior of, I think I'm better than the whole world. Oh, that's called narcissism. No.
But that's not narcissism, though, Tom.
I can look up the definition. I've seen it before. You know what I mean?
Right.
But what I'm saying is that I don't see those qualities now.
They call Joe Button a narcissist, don't they?
Well, they call Donald Trump a narcissist.
Right.
But my thing is that I think that is it you being narcissist, or is it a situation where you just know that the media coming after you for everything, so you want to make sure everything you say look good? Because I think some things be a political move than actually what a person really is. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I don't know these guys outside of what we see in front of them.
Well, we want to get into our topic, guys.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into the topic. What is it?
Yes, let's get into our topic. Our topic is no club, no love. So we have a situation where a woman who met her husband in the club has a new outlook on life. She didn't want to continue smoking, drinking, and clubbing. She refused to go out with her husband. Instead, she went to church. She gave her life to God and felt peace like no other ever since. She shared her experience with her husband, and he told her to keep it to herself. She kept asking him to go to church with her. He was not interested in going to church. He keeps pressuring her to go clubbing with him so he won't go along, but she does not want to go with him. He's been making her feel very bad about going to church. He's been threatening her about other women checking him out at the club. So she don't know what to do. Should she go to the club, or should she continue this new path she has?
I mean, well, what do y'all think about that?
What you guys think?
Toxic.
Is that toxic or not?
Well,
Yes,
I want.
It's toxic.
It's okay. It's
Go
toxic.
ahead, lovely T. You was about to break something down to us because you had your hands up. So you was about to say, go ahead.
Yes, I'm very expressive when I talk. It's on the road of toxicity. So I'll say that because they perhaps didn't do all of their homework in the court phase of their relationship to get to know each other. And so, yeah, I mean, well, and then not only that, people grow. People grow. People are not stagnant, and so you can't be mad. I mean, she met him in a club. Mm-hmm. So now that she's changed, to expect him to just hop, skip, and jump over, it may take some time, and so she's going to have to continue to exercise patience.
Right. She got to allow her light to shine. He got to be able to see a difference in her as before. That's going to make him want to say, wow, let me check out what you're doing now. Because I see you seem different now in the way you do things, the way you talk, the way you act. Let me check this out. But you can't, I don't think you can just force him into this new path that you're on. What do you guys think?
Yeah, they have to
we probably can take Lovely T's perspective from our previous topic when she was talking about the person with, if I'm not mistaken, I'm a paraphrase, that had the the sickness, and then they was just and she said, "Oh, just go ahead and have an extra person until you get better." So
That is not,
so
that's
lovely
it.
T philosophy will probably be, oh well, until he's ready to go to church, he can just hang out with the women at the club, have a good time till he get it together. So I guess we can lean towards lovely T's philosophy.
That is not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. And in this, let's keep it current. In this situation, um,
Last week is current, but go ahead.
uh, in this situation, I'm just merely stating that I agree with Lady B. Actually, 100%. Like you can't expect. So like God is like really really powerful. You know what I mean? And the more that you stick to your walk with God, and this other person sees the God in you, you know, God has to do that work, not you. You know what I'm saying? So you can't force somebody just because you joined the church, you know what I mean, to hop, skip, jump over. And then on the other side, the person that's still in the club shouldn't continue to tempt you or put up ultimatums or make it seem
Right.
like
Other
you
women, these other women up in the
Oh, but
club.
here's the thing. So what should you do then? Because let's look at it again. The issue is that she didn't want to go to the clubs anymore. So she caught in this situation where he go to the clubs and he see females. So she's trying to stay more because she love them. So she's trying to be like, okay, I'm gonna still go just so I can keep you now, even though I don't want to be here anymore. So I guess the thing was, what would you do? Would you break off this relationship?
But
What
this is
would you
toxic
do?
or not.
What
This
would you
toxic,
do?
but this is toxic or not.
Right, if it's toxic or not, but what would you do? Because remember, in toxic, you got to explain why. And what would you do? I,
RW3.
well, let me go. I'll say it like this. I believe that is a thing where she should speak her mind. If I was her, I would speak my mind and say, "Hey, listen, I don't do this anymore. This is who I am now, and I'm done." But for you, I can't tell you that stop right now. But I can tell you that I don't want to do that anymore. And then I respect you to not want to cheat on me if you're in the clubs, because who am I to tell you this and I hung out with you? It burned out of me, it didn't burn out of you yet. So listen, I know that's what you're going to do. I'm going to be praying for you. Hey, I don't want to do it, and this is why. But if that's what you're going to do
But if
it.
they
Just
husband
don't
and
cheat on me.
wife, if they're husband and wife, he should respect her enough to come up out of those clubs.
But you can't do that. That's just like
Oh no.
you can't. It's like turning off something because you turned it off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Maybe it's that person got to, and if they respect their marriage down the line, they wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? But it's like making a person quit cold turkey. You just ripping it from them. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And then I think that the girl gradually seeing these things. It was gradually
Okay.
changing her heart.
But what if it was the other way around? It was the wife in the club and the husband was in the church. I bet you he would say, "No, babe, you come up out that club."
And she'll come.
Oh, he would. So why the
She'll
other way
come.
around though?
Oh
Not
no,
all the time.
I mean no, that's all right because I'll just say you can stay in the club. I'm gone.
Oh Lord,
Go,
Mr.
was you gone
Superman
forever?
righteous.
So, but what if the
I'm
wife
gone.
says the same thing?
Oh my God.
But what if the wife said the same thing? I'm gone. Then
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean
fine,
he met her in the
fine,
club.
fine,
no.
Okay. So
fine.
to me, it doesn't matter
You
if
love
it's if
her.
it's her or him. It don't matter
Gone.
if it was the wife or the man. What matters is how would you treat the situation. So my thing is that I'm respecting game because I see we both hung out. It was just something that wore on me more, weighed on me more, because my friend wanted me to go to church with them. And then I seen something that changed my world. Now I got to try to introduce that to you before it get toxic. It's not toxic yet. What makes it toxic is when we just both don't agree and it's eating away at us both.
Tone,
But
it is toxic right now, Tone.
No, it's not toxic
No.
now.
You know
It's
why?
not-
Because she said that they're arguing all the time. It's toxic now.
Yeah, they are.
No, but what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that they arguing about her going to the club. Him going to the club, something that she did. So I'm thinking that I don't know if it's considered to be toxic right now. I don't know if it's toxic right now. I think she's trying to find a way of what she should do. You know
Well,
what I
they're
mean?
having a power struggle, is what's going on in the relationship. They're having a power struggle. And if they, they're already to the level of arguing to be the right person, so if they're not able to come to some type of mutual respect for being with each other where they are at in this current time, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think it is on the road to destruction.
And what makes it toxic, he introduced the element of a third party. It says he's been threatening her about other women in the club.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
introducing a third party. That's toxic.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying. He shouldn't be doing. He should not be doing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have did that.
He shouldn't be doing that. It's a power struggle. So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna one up you, or I'm gonna one up you, and it's just gonna get to the point of ultimatums. Well, either you gonna do this or I'm gonna leave. Like RW3 ain't gonna do it. He's not even gonna give a choice. He's just gonna leave.
No, listen, this is let me tell you.
You say that if you see okay, so here's it go. Now, it only makes some people have not experienced those things, so it's easy to say than to do. When you are in love with somebody, I'm coming as an adult, a mature adult. If you are in love with somebody, you care about that person, you guys partied together, you did so many things together, that's not going to be the easy answer to say I'm gone. Now, in a utopia world, perfect world, that makes sense. But that's not a reality when it comes to relationship and those chemistry you've built over the years. So you want to at least, I think that you want to at least deal with the abuse for a while. Just take reality. You're going to deal with that abuse for a while until you had enough of it. You guys just aren't agreeing. Then maybe you probably will break off the relationship. But when it first comes, that's not going to be I don't believe that's going to be your thought process because of the emotions that's tied to that relationship.
30 days.
I hear you.
30 days. Wow.
And I'm
30 days for what?
30 days for what? You get your.
Then I'm gone.
Yeah, he gone. But I'm just saying, if we was in a 10-year relationship, a 5-year relationship. Now I just see if we was in a year, if we was in a year relationship, then I will agree with that because we're in a year relationship. But now if we married, and it depends on how we got married. I don't want to tell this guy a topic, but I'm gonna say he know what I'm talking about. Mark, I just want to share a little bit of it, of what you call me. You got, and I'm not going to get into what you said if you watch it. If you have some people who are in a marriage, if they're not in love with their spouse, and then you got people that's in the marriage because of the conveniency of the marriage. And this person, I've talked to somebody who's, we was talking about having a podcast on that. I thought that was a real good idea. Mm-hmm. So it depends on how that marriage was built. It's subconsciously, believe it or not, you probably never was loving that person the way you thought you did. But if you really in love with somebody, you won't say 30. You won't even have a time limit on it because you really truly don't know. It's just the fact that once you get tired of being abused, being dogged out, then it's going to be so painful, then maybe you will leave. And I say maybe then. But other than that, I don't know if you could put a time restriction on your emotions. Now, hopefully so you do make the right decision, you know what I mean? Because you see the relationship is toxic. But like that conversation I had with somebody, with Mark, that does make sense. You have people who they in a marriage, but they're not in love in their marriage. It's just things that that keeps them in the marriage that they can deal with. You know what I mean? And he was telling me about that because of situations, and I thought that would have been a real good podcast. And that don't have to be married; that could be just living together or married. You know what I mean? So
Well,
in that situation, go ahead, Trey.
well, I think that so how many of us know a couple, like you say, married or not, where they have figured it out? Just typically the woman may be into church, the husband is not, but they figured out how to engage in their differences, but still be together. So that's what's different about this situation that's being presented to us, is that there's that power struggle. That's really is what destructive to me. It's not so much that she's in the church and he's not. It's like the power struggle of, you gonna do it my way or else. You gonna do it my way or else, with no compromise. That's really destroying the relationship. Okay, if you don't want to go to church, guess what? I'm gonna keep doing me. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said earlier, I'm gonna keep doing me. I'm gonna keep my relationship, building my relationship with God. And
Well, I might as well be by myself then. If I'm gonna keep doing me, that's single person talk.
no,
I'm
it's
doing me.
not.
But
I'm
what
in a
if they
marriage. I'm in a marriage. Hold on. I'm in a marriage. I'm doing me. When I say marriage, I start talking about I'm doing me. That's single person talk.
Wow.
I disagree, because you don't lose your identity once you become married. You have
Right.
hobbies, you have likes, you don't lose your identity.
You
So
become one. You become one flesh.
Well,
okay.
see, to me, I think it's about the respect of the relationship, whether it's a marriage or just dating. Hey, listen, if y'all watching this, I ain't tripping on Lovely T and RW3. I got a romantic, I got a love hour that I'm gonna bring on. Now listen up, listen up, listen up. Okay, so here's your first lesson. This. If you feel that you should be a single person, then you shouldn't get married. It's just point out, you shouldn't get married. But if you and me was in on the same game while we got married, that's what actually made us like each other. It's because we like to have fun and go partying. That's what made us be who we are. So now guess what happens? You decide to change the game up because you went and got saved. You went and found the Lord. So you changed the game. I didn't change the game. You changed the game. That's why we got married, because we love doing it. Now, if depending on our relationship and how it was built, the foundation, if you go right now and you build the house, this relationship house should be charging you. If you build this house on nothing but sand, throwing sand to build this house, 9 times out of 10, when the storm comes, it might not hold. Because you didn't build a house right. That was on you how y'all built the house. But if you come back with some brick, you build this house with the brick, when the storm comes, hopefully the storm won't fall over. That's been a scenario people been using.
Foundation.
And now that's the same thing that's inside of this situation right here. What is our foundation built on? What do we get married for? Now, maybe we need to rebuild our relationship. Or maybe we need to dissolve our relationship because it wasn't built right. So either we're going to start over or we're going to separate one another. But I'm going to give you some time. I don't know how long that's going to be. But I'm going to be fair in this relationship to say, I know that's how we built it. So guess what? Hey, guy, I'm going to give you till I'm tired.
RW3 said 30 days. Is that long
Right.
enough? No?
I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe 30 days is enough for him. But I couldn't put a time on it, but I will tell you this. Respect this marriage. Respect this marriage. If you go to the club, respect this marriage. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. Because if I'm taking the time to figure out what I'm going to do and I'm allowing you, respect this marriage. And you can have fun. Do what you're going to do. Let it get out of you, but I'm going to show you another lifestyle.
But see, the tenets that you're talking about, communication, one, compromise, two, and then, again, believing in something that's larger than yourself, which is the marriage. That's why I'm saying, like, it's not the issue that you have two people who have, obviously they're growing, but they're not at this moment in time growing as a unit. If you have those three things in place, like you said, that presents a strong foundation and a possibility to work through it. But if you're going to continue to be in a power struggle about, it's got to be my way, you're wrong, I'm right, then that is going to destruct.
But you
That's
know
right.
what? My thing
That's
about
true.
it, and my mind is not right or wrong. It's you're right to do what you feel like you like to do. We're no longer compatible. Okay.
So wait, so what? Okay, so what if you was the person in the club, RW3, and
Right.
and your wife was the one? Well, I mean, would you really like leave her because she wants to be in the church and you want her in the club?
You can't
I
answer
guess
that.
it depends. I mean, I guess you're
Number
talking to you.
one, if I'm in the club without her, because I don't, it's highly improbable, nearly impossible. All my years of traveling all around the world in the military, clubs all around the world, in Michigan, Detroit, Virginia, DC. A man is in a club, he bumping and grinding with women if his woman ain't there. That's just how it go. That's what he's doing. So he's violating the marriage. I have not seen a man that consistently go to a club, married or not, that's not bumping and grinding trying to holler at women. I haven't seen one ever.
Well, I'm not a man, so I can't speak to that.
But see,
But
here's the thing. I don't know if that's the issue more so than me trusting that individual and giving them the space till they come around like I did. I'm not going to give them a lot of time so that can happen. I am gonna put the pressure on. We're gonna talk about this, but I'm not going to like just constantly throw it in your face. I am gonna, hey man, you want to go to church with me tonight? Won't you come on to go to church with me tonight? You didn't go last time, Go. Hey man, I tell you what if I go to the club with you and you go to church with me? Let's compromise. I'm not saying, and I can
That's
have fun with
compromise.
my husband or my wife at the club. We just at the club. I can have fun with them. We can dance. I'm just not drinking no more like you do.
But some people don't think like that. Some people want you just to come straight out the club. It ain't no, I'm gonna do
But,
this and you
but,
do this for me, and I'm gonna do that for you.
well,
You gonna come straight out that club.
but all I'm saying is that you got to give people room so that they can make that effort on their own. Me myself, if marriage, I think is different from in a relationship. Y'all just dating or y'all ain't really. That to me, that's different, right there.
I think
You
they
know what I
was
mean?
married. I think.
Well, if they married, then she got a lot of pulling to do. She got a lot of praying to do. You know what I mean? She got a lot of that to do. And sometimes you better sit outside the front door of the club to make sure he gonna walk home or he gonna get in that car with the right, by himself or her by herself. I'm gonna be at that club with binoculars, seeing if what can I see for a couple of times, and probably the last time I fade off. But the first time I'm gonna make sure you right. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm a spy. I'm gonna do some spying. You know what I mean? Because I made my bed. I got a lie in it now. I made my own bed. I got a lie in it. You know what I mean? So, but I think it can be toxic. Obviously, it can be toxic. You know what I mean? Because they're two different lifestyles now. Your lifestyle is different from me. Yeah, and then you have a high probability of cheating than I do. I mean, because of this, you can still go to church and find your secret lover, like the song says.
I was about to say,
But all I'm saying,
Yeah.
there's two different places. I go to church to hear the Lord. I go to club to meet females and men You know what I mean? It's a difference.
But some people go to church just to find them somebody.
yeah, and some people go to the club. I mean, RW3, like I said, I'm not a man, but so I know some men, maybe they like the food at the club and they just Or they like the sports at the club and they just go to see the sports. They're not necessarily trying to always check out women. Or even if they check them out with their eyeballs, they're not trying to pursue them.
Well, I mean, I know guys like that too. They don't, you know, if they got people in their life, they might go just to check out the scene. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily they going to cheat on somebody. You have a lot of girls that go to the club and they still with boys. They got boy friends. You know what I mean? They just go to the club with their girls. So I don't know if everybody's intent is because they walk into a club.
Right, that they trying to go meet somebody.
You know what I mean? I think if whatever happens in that situation, because you put yourself in that situation. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's the intent of why I'm going to the club. You know what I mean? I'm going to cheat on my wife. I'm going to cheat on my girlfriend. I'm just going out with the fellas, hear the music, party, socialize. You go see women. You already know you go see women, and you know some of them going to be how they be. You know what I mean? I'm still a man. I'm going to look at this female depending on how she looks. You know what I mean? Because unless something wrong with me. But it's how I interpret it. Do I stay on that? You know what I mean? Do I keep looking? Do I now I want to go try to holler at her? You know what I mean? That's a difference. You know, if you see an attractive woman, you're going to turn your head to say even, oh, wow. Or you might look because they got, you know, they got a sight for, what is that word? You got a sore eyes or something like that. Not bad.
Sight for sore eyes. You're a sight for sore eyes.
It's just like a woman that may see an attractive man. I mean, I'm not a fool. You see what I mean? To know that this person is attractive, that you might, even if you glare over there for a minute, is if you keep looking and now it's becoming personal like that. I mean, what's going on? But if I see something, that's a normal reaction. Say, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Just keep moving. You know what I mean? So, I mean, unless you're not a man or woman, if you ain't seen somebody who looked at attractive. You know what I mean? But what you doing? You see what I mean? So, that's to me, that's the story between going to the club. Eventually, what does somebody want to walk over there and talk to you? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do you keep
but even the same thing at church. I heard somebody say, you know, like going to church without your husband. Like, say if a husband is going to church alone a lot, a woman can think that he's alone, and then they can try to approach that husband. The same thing with the wife. If she's going to church all the time by herself, somebody can approach her and think that she's not married. You know what I'm saying?
But
well, even though they have the rings on.
But that don't have nothing to do with you being in church. You know what I mean? Just because somebody approach you, that doesn't mean that you're supposed to respond back to them. You know what I mean? Right. Two different things. If I approach you, you're supposed to be the man or woman enough to say, thanks for the compliment, but I'm in a relationship. And they keep going. You see what I mean? So, I mean, I would hope somebody will approach you, because then that means you're not attractive. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, honestly, that means you're not attractive if people just don't approach you. You know what I mean? So, but in that situation,
let me tell you. Let me tell y'all how it go. Okay.
Superman righteous.
Because
I got two single brothers, so I can tell you how I go too. Trust me.
Because when we can create this fallacy or imaginary world about, oh, I'm married, oh, I'm single, and people will keep going. The thing is, my relationship, at least based on what's being communicated between the two, there is tension and conflict. So I'm sending my significant other into environments with the opposite sex when there's tension and conflict in my home, which heightens the likelihood of that person's guards being down as they interact with the opposite sex.
But you saying that's on a continuation. That's like that is what we saying. We saying
that's what I said.
Do. Okay, well, what I'm saying is what you're saying is misplaced. It's not what we talk. We're not talking about that. We're saying the fact that they both hung out at the club. They both.
Right.
So now, what would you do? Is what we saying.
I said that 45 minutes ago, 30 days. But we still talking, so we expanded. I told you what I was going to do in the first 2 minutes.
I guess what I'm saying is that
No, you wouldn't.
anything could be.
No.
I don't believe you would. Anything could be communicated where the communication has to go bad for it to be toxic. So if I look at what's going on and say, hey, listen, I did the same thing you did. So I understand what's going on. I don't like it. And guess what? You better not be out here cheating on. You know what I mean?
But based on this, though, the communication is bad, though. We just read it. It's bad.
Well, here we go. Yeah, I wish I could. Yeah, I can't go. But yeah, it's somewhat like that, but it's not all the way like that. I know.
Anytime a man talking about some threatening her with other women in the club, that's bad.
No, I thought it was. Well, I can't say it was, but I thought it was that the girl knew the potential, so that's why she went to the club with him, because she was more or less knowing that if she didn't go, maybe a female would hit her. Not that he was. I don't know if he was threatened. But anyway, I can't say it because the only goal was being displayed in front of us. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, the way this is written is obviously that it's toxic. And I don't think it was written too obvious like that. It's obvious that it's toxic. You know what I mean? I think it's very obvious that the relationship is toxic. So you know, it is what it is. I guess. But here's the thing. What would you do? Would you leave? Okay, so me, I wouldn't leave just yet. And for me, I will wait it out, and I will go by if I feel like I tried enough and this person tried. So then we got to dissolve the relationship. That's what I would do. You know what I mean? As long as you playing fair and you're not going out on me, you ain't cheating. Then I'm gonna be honest, I could be cool, and I know who you're going out with. I know if you're going out with your girls, it's got to be some kind of defined line of how you go out. You know, I just want to say, oh, I'm going to the club. No, it can't be that way. It's got to be you hanging out with your girls. What is y'all doing? Because you ain't just going to the club by yourself. Now you're looking for trouble. But so I guess it's how it's set up that I'm gonna agree with it to say, okay, I'm cool with it, but you know how I feel on that. So that's me. What would you do, Lady B?
I mean, trying to see.
Let's get some excitement in us. We look
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, of course, I mean, me being the person I am, I respect my significant other. That's how I've always been, where you feel like, no, that would be a good idea for you to go to the club, by yourself. I would just listen because that's how I am. But I don't know about other people that have this very strong will and this, they'll be like, no, I'm going to the club. I'll just be like, okay, yeah, I understand. That's how I am. But, I don't know.
I would say that I don't have a club situation, but there are other habits that I partake in that my partner doesn't want me to. So it's kind of sort of a situation where it's like, every time I engage in this activity, they're like, beat me down. It's not beat me down literally, but they got something to say.
Yeah.
And it it does get on my nerves. And then my excuse is always, well, when you met me, you know what I'm saying? This is, and it could, and I'll use just even sometimes the example of work. You know what I'm saying? Like when you met me, I had a certain work ethic, and that work ethic has not changed. But now you want changes. So but you can't just, like you say, again, for me, it's still about the power struggle. So it's,
So did we get a comment?
Yeah, we got a comment. Somebody, Jazzy said, relationship with some common ground, you have to make compromises.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There's compromise, and that's a big thing. That's when you're ready for a relationship, when you're ready to make a commitment. See, there are signs to know if you are ready, and you got to be real with yourself to say, okay, maybe I'm not ready for a relationship because of this, this, and the other. And then some people are meant to be alone. It's
Yeah.
not true. I
That's
know
so
people right
true.
now who've been in marriages and they alone now, but they cool with that. Some people aren't meant to be married. Where you got some people who can deal, and it takes a lot of listen. I'm not gonna listen to you if you ain't married. I'm just gonna be honest. If we're in a relationship and you're not married, you can't say nothing to me because you don't know what takes a marriage. And so everything you say gonna go in one ear out the other. And I'm gonna say, peasant, get away from me, because you don't know nothing about no marriage. A marriage is one of the hardest things to maintain because you're dealing with two people and they both gotta be happy. You know, in the marriage, and those who can stay together, that they deserve. They deserve a whole lot.
They deserve an award.
Yeah, it's like a successful business. It is. It's like I'm not saying bad. I'm not speaking bad on it.
Right.
But I'm saying that that you know how to run a successful business. To me, but if you want it, to me, you on the outside looking in, but you have no idea of what a marriage is until you walk along. You gotta be in a marriage for at least 10 years for me to look at your relationship.
Well, I'll say this though. It's a couple things. One, I don't think necessarily a correlation between quantity and quality. So what do I mean? Somebody could be, I've been married for 15 years, quantity, but it don't mean there's a quality marriage. Or the marriage has been quality. Hold on, let me finish. Hold on. Experience in a bad marriage. All experience is not good experience. Well, number two.
But you know.
Secondly, there are people who, in every marriage, I've never seen a marriage the same as another marriage. So that means that even if someone has been married, that don't mean what's happening in that marriage will transfer to another marriage or another relationship. So I generally agree that if someone that's not married and talk to a married couple, I would go as far as to say someone that's single, that's never been married and don't understand zero the concept of marriage is one thing. But I don't think anyone that's single cannot understand or connect with the concept of marriage. So let me add
You can though.
You can if you've been married.
Majority of your marriage is based on your experience, whether it's bad or good. It's not a fact that if it's bad or good. It's the fact it's the fact that you experience a relationship for a period of time in a covenant. That's what I'm listening to. Now, whether your marriage failed or not, you still gain an experience to know not what to do. But if you've never been married, even for a short period, if you ain't been married over 10 years, you ain't saying nothing. And you don't know enough to me. It's just the fact that you got to be in this game to know that even if you messed up, you know enough to say, this is why I messed up, and this is what I should have done to save my marriage. And or just to say that I never experienced what you experienced, but I know what you should have done. Oh, no.
So, Tom, your qualifier must be the covenant, because two people can be together for 10 years.
It's not. It's just the experience. Whether you married or not, is what I'm saying. Whether you married or not, it's not the defining moment to me. It's the experience that you have in this relationship that you have enough to tell me. Because anything you do is going to be based on what I would have done. You're looking in the situation and you're judging how you would do it after the fact. You haven't went through the experience. In other words, like this. I'm going to make it plain so you'll get it. Okay. If I'm in a marriage, which I am, right? And I cheated on my wife, right? Okay, so if somebody outside of the marriage who's never cheated on their wife or been married, you can't explain to me about how to better my relationship to the degree if you don't know what caused me to be or go out and cheat on my wife. Now, somebody who experienced that who went through the same thing I went, and we can share a conversation. It's, oh man, I felt the same way. Oh man, yeah, I know what you're saying. That was me too. Now I can get more out of you because we experiencing the same thing, so we can learn from one another. But if you just Tom, Dick, and Harry jumping into this and say, hey, listen, this is what you should do. Stay faithful in your marriage. I'm single. Just stay faithful in your marriage. Don't look at that girl to come up the street. All you got to do is just turn the cheek, go the other way. You know what I mean? If y'all arguing and fighting, I mean, you know, hey,
So you're
be all right, marriage is work out.
So
We have a comment.
Are we saying that single people don't have any input in marriage people's situations?
Whatsoever. Even I would even say, even in a relationship, even if you're not in a relationship where you living with that person, what can you say?
So Tom, do I have to be? So Tom, do I have to be a recovering alcoholic or addict in order to help someone who is battling addiction?
No, that's a different thing, because now that's something that could be what you consider a medical. It could be addiction. Could be dealing with some type of medical situation where now it's going to take some kind of skill to help you draw you out of that. And to me, it ain't because you got the degree; it's because you really know what you're saying. Because I have a degree and don't know hill or bricks. I just got the degree, so that means nothing to me. It means that you really know your job, and you
Based on what?
Job.
But how do you know about addiction if you've never been addicted? How can you tell that person? You don't know. Hold on. Let me finish.
You asked me a question though.
But I'm not finished with your question. I'm saying, right, that just like with the marriage, you haven't experienced it. So how can you tell if I've been high and I overdose? How you gonna tell me if you never overdose how to prevent and how to deal with overdose?
I'm about to tell you right now.
Go ahead.
Okay, I got the flow. You're talking to the wrong person. Okay, here you go. If I'm addicted, I have a problem that I can't solve myself. You sort of, to some degree, went to school for addictions. You didn't go to school to say, if me and my wife got into an argument and I cheated on her, and you don't know why I cheated on her, but now we ain't talking, and you tell me why I can help you build your relationship. Those two different things. Because guess what? One is proposed.
No, it's not.
Okay, so what you trying to tell me? Something is not preventable before it happens?
No, what I mean
You can go to school though.
Go ahead, T.
Diabetes. There's something called what is it called?
Pre-diabetic.
To prevent somebody from becoming a diabetic. They say, listen, if you do this, this is what's going to happen to you. Meaning what? If you eat a lot of sugar, and some people it's just genetically it comes down their line. So I'm trying to stop you from preventing you based on the information that I have that this based on other people that was addicted or fell into diabetes. This is what they stay off of. And now there's a proven fact that it works. Now, if I'm married and you tell me what to do in terms of if me and her arguing and it's because of some things that I'm going through, that she don't really understand, but I can talk to my boy because he's going through the same. Oh, he understands marriage. Oh, I know, homie. My wife do that to me, but this is what I do. Now that's a reality to me. He's telling me, hey, I get what you're saying, but did you try this? That's why listen, if you ask any married man or any married woman, when they talk to their single people, I can't say everybody, but majority of people that I know will tell you no. I'd rather talk to somebody who's married and they understand what marriage is all about.
Well, and let me qualify because I do see your point in terms of a single person. Like if I go, like you said, if you go to your single person friend, they may not understand being committed to something larger than, or being in a covenant. I'll use your word, being in a covenant. They may not understand that. So I don't want to personalize that, because I think it's different if a married couple goes to like a therapist, a trained professional who has never been married. I think that
or married long
person,
enough.
right? I still think that professional is in a position to help that married couple, even though they themselves have never been married.
How?
Which I think is different than like you say, a friend who might be single who just trying to tell you what to do.
Even
How?
if they're
Because
professional.
one, like you said, with the addiction, like you said, with the diabetes and your other examples, they've been given the information.
Right.
They've been given the single therapist has been given the information, and
Too
at
late.
the end of the day, you're still individual. So the problems that you're bringing to the table, as you're bringing them at the core, whether you're married or not. At the core, there are things that are in place that this professional has learned that they can say, okay, what do you all think about this? Or what do you all think about that? You know what I'm saying? Or maybe have you tried this or that? It has nothing to,
And let me build on that. Like for example, like when Tone mentioned about, like when I was talking about the addiction, and Tone mentioned that person, they went to school. And this is the thing about it. There's no unique, there's no new marital problem that has never happened, meaning that all marital problems are universal. What makes them unique is to that specific couple. So that means, for example, but hold on, Tom. So there are marital themes or marriage or relationship themes that are universal as happened since the beginning of time. So what happens with that person that's been married or the person that's been trained with that couple, they're gonna say, based on infidelity, what is unique about your situation that we need to address? That's so regardless if the person been married or not, say I have been married, and I've experienced a lot of different things in marriage and I'm the clinician, but someone will have to tell me, okay, they tell me, hey, I've been through this, Rob. I said, oh, I've been through that. Tell me specifically what happened in your situation, because I know it ain't like mine, and I know what led to yours is not like mine. We're different, so I don't have to understand what's happening with you to be able to even get into that space.
But see, if you was married, but here it goes. See, now you just answered my question. If you were married, you would have never said that. Because married people find some commonality in their relationship that sounds the same. It speaks the same language. That never changed. But the only way you gonna know that is you gotta be married a certain length of time. See, here we go. You just answered. That's based on what you said is experience based on non-experience. Now, there are certain things that married couples experience together. That's true. That's more true than non-true. So I hear what you're saying about obviously nobody is alike. I mean, that we did. But that doesn't mean that we don't experience the same things as couples being married. That's why when you say a marriage retreat, singles don't be there. How can singles be there? And 9 times out of 10, if you go to a retreat, it's going to be a married couple treatment retreat. It ain't going to be no single guy saying, hey, I got the answer. They're going to tell that joker, man, please, you better keep stepping. You don't know enough about marriage.
But Tom,
to this marriage house, to minister to me. I'm not saying minister at his church, but you don't know enough to say all right. Now, I'm not going to say you can't hit and miss. I'm not going to say everything you say going to be wrong. You know what I mean? But I am saying that I would look at you. If you
and let me tell you, and I'm example what you said, like at the church, I was on a counseling team. And based on your kid, I was married under 10 years. I got the card around here somewhere, and I was counseling married couples in the church. I got some cards about they thought that I was, I guess, good at it. And I was married under 10 years, and I'm not married. So how was I able to be successful and I'm not married? I've been married under 10 years.
Because they bought what you were saying to them. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so you don't know about the church. The church is actually not the right. There be a lot of people with low self-esteem in churches. It be a lot of people that go to church. Now, I would shut up if you said that you was a marriage counselor at a TD Jakes church, a Creflo Dollar church, if you was over there at Lakeside or whatever with them big churches, then I will agree with you. But I'm just kind of thinking that I don't believe that's the issue. I believe that these people that came in probably struggled financially. They was broke. They was barely even married. They probably didn't. And I'm stigmatizing. I'm wrong.
17 years, Tom.
Yeah.
They were married for 17 years.
Right. You been doing, huh?
They were married for 17 years, brother.
Yeah, they brought the okie doke. They bought what you were saying because listen, this is the fear. The pastor put you, let me show you what happened. It wasn't you. It was the pastor saying that, which was his fault. Because if the churches that I know, if you're a single person, you would not be ministering to a couple at all. From the churches that I know somebody that I wish I could pull them up on the phone right now. I throw them out there.
But you know why the pastor did it, Tom?
Hold on, let me say it. I know a pastor right now. I know a big church. And they run a marriage couple. You was not single, pastoring to none of their married people. Not as a single person, no, you wasn't. Now, I guess that all depends on the church, because here you go. The pastor is the one that qualifies you. You just don't stand up and say, I'm a counselor. And what they do is, because they listen to the pastor, they trust you now. Because the pastor said, hey, get up, and I want you to do this. So that's a whole different perspective when the pastor say you can do it. It's like they are what is that? Endorsing. They say, hey, go to Robert. He's the counselor. He's on the team. But I know of the churches you couldn't sit on their board because you sing. So that don't mean anything. That just means you sit in front of the church and the pastor say you can do it. But open up. Let me see you open up something. Where you might still get people to come there. All I'm saying is, for just me, I'm going to a person that experienced marriage, have a successful marriage, more so have a successful marriage. I'm not even listening to you, those relationship ain't successful. Because that's why I'm gonna learn. Why was your marriage successful? You know what I mean? So
I would just say, I would just throw out a little caution button though. Like I hear you, and you obviously, it goes without saying, you have every right to set the qualifications for who you respect, in terms of, who's going to give you advice for your marriage. But like Robert had mentioned, like Robert had mentioned, what happened?
That's all right. Continue.
Like Robert had mentioned, though, what makes the situation unique are the two individuals that are involved. So to make the assumption that just because whatever advice this, couple has for you, just because it worked in their marriage does not make it 100% guarantee that it will work in yours, because your dynamics may be different than theirs. So that's my only caution with that, is they shouldn't get like an automatic, like, oh, whatever you say is golden because you have a successful marriage and I know it's going to fix ours type of, pass.
Yeah.
Because my uncle and I have been together for, wow, for 30 years. And I got my best friend and his girl, right? They both had successful marriages, 20, 25 years, but their success looked totally different. And they've both been successful. And I know some of the elements that worked in my boy Jay's and Robin's marriage would not fly in my Uncle James and Diane marriage in terms of elements of success.
But
they still have see, the thing is, okay,
they still have something in common. They're married. So now, okay, so all I'm saying is,
No, we can't hear you at all now.
We can't hear you. But go ahead, T.
I didn't do anything.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess all
I can't hear it.
Long story short,
See if you hear them.
I guess all I'm saying is that I believe that a person who's been married and had a successful marriage. Regardless how different it is, it's still successful. So my thing is that I want to hear what you have to say based on your success. That's how we market in life. Our marketing strategy is based on success, whether it fit you or not, whether that model fits you or not, it's still a success. And that's how this world has been. That's how this world been moving on. It's a successful template. That's what they go by. So all I'm saying is that I won't know if I qualify a church to say if that's enough for your experience based on who that pastor was. I don't know that pastor. And then here's another thing. I don't know if I was a pastor that I wouldn't be looking at you real hard, because there's something called accountability. If you're teaching marriage, or if you're counseling marriage in the church, I need to know that you're not talking it, but you do it.
We can't hear you. We can't.
He looked bummed out about it.
But you know what? T is this. And I think like the argument that he was about to make, somebody marriage accountability that you're living. That's with anything though. If we're, that whatever you're teaching or, it could be single, it could be married. So I don't think that's just a marriage thing. That's whatever you're teaching or bringing to the masses. You will hope that that person is living. Let me tell you this though. You cannot live it and advice still be good.
Right.
There's no correlation. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have to have been suicidal to be able to connect with someone who is and bring them, and help bridge them to a different place. Just because I can't say, oh, you know what, I've been there, I've done that, and because of that, I can tell you how to do this. I totally agree. I mean, a good example of that is empathy, right? That's the difference between empathy and sympathy. Yeah. I don't have to lose, my, like if you went through losing your mom and I didn't, maybe I lost a grandpa, or maybe I experienced loss in some capacity. Therefore, I can, to a degree, identify with that feeling, even though I didn't have the same thing happen to me. I mean, that is the definition of empathy. So, and I think, it's putting yourself in the other person's shoes.
Because Lady B, for example, and my argument would be when it comes to that, I always use this example with everyone. When you have a male or a female gynecologist, how is it that a male gynecologist is able to provide services to a female when he's never had a menstrual cycle, never had a baby? So how is he able to help her? He's able to get a piece of paper and say on a scale from 1 to 10, what is your pain level? And she might say 8. And based on that pain level, this is what I prescribe. Like and I'm asking the ladies, I'm asking the ladies, Tom, how, even if y'all don't have a male gynecologist, I want y'all to tell me, how is it that a male gynecologist can be successful, just as successful as a female? Lady B, I'm asking you, what do you think?
Well,
but I'm asking her what she thinks.
Well, he's following by a set guideline of what they do, what they learn in school. It's kind of, even though he can't put himself in that woman's shoe because he can't experience what she's going through, but it's like a guideline that he has to follow by because of his education.
I'm glad you said that, but guess what, Lady B? You go to school to be a marriage counselor. You go to school to be an addiction counselor. You go to school to be a gynecologist. You go to school for all those things. So what's the difference?
I can go to school to be anybody. Don't mean I'm good at it.
Okay, we ain't talking about good or not, Tone.
No, yes,
We're
we
talking
are.
about Lady B was saying
We are.
he was able to be good because he went to school. You could be a good marriage counselor because you went to school.
No, because listen, how are you? Something now, I look at it like this. Some things is common sense to me. So my thing is this: some things are teachable. Some things are teachable with just the right education. In that way, in that perspective. But then you have a way where you can't learn all of it unless you are unless you are involved in terms of the emotional connection to a spouse, to know that we live together, we're married. I can't even explain to it all to you. I think if somebody was married, they'll know what I'm talking about.
Well, let me say this though.
Well, RW3 has been married before.
Let me say this though.
Married long enough.
Let me say this though, and this is my thing. I believe, just like with marriage and a gynecologist, no matter how much he went to school, and I'm asking the ladies this, there's still going to be an element about what he learned in school he'll never be able to connect with because he's not a woman. No matter what he learned, hold on, Tom, let me finish. No matter what he learned in school, there's always going to be a piece that the fact that I'm not a woman, that don't mean he can't be good at it. But the fact that you're not a woman, to say, well, if a woman has to get a C-section or epidural and things of that nature in her spine to prepare her to have a child, or a midwife, hold on, all those things, so he can be good. So just like in marriage, what I do know, you can, because you haven't been married, clearly, there's a piece to it that you had not experienced. That don't mean you can't be good at it. Just like a gynecologist, just like an addiction person or anything else.
I said I don't know if you know enough for me. So I guess what I'm saying is, when you use psychologists, when you use all of these, I don't have to know you as a person to do my job. All I need to know is what my job is.
No. All right, we got ladies here. Hold on, Lovely T. Do your gynecologist, do she know you? Do y'all just talk? Your gynecologist, do you just walk in, do the service, and walk out, or do y'all talk?
There's a brief conversation prior to.
But do she have to talk to you?
You say, does she have to talk to me?
Do she have to talk to you to get the job done?
Yeah, I mean, she gotta say, yeah.
No, listen, this is what I'm saying. Hear me clear. If this woman, so what you would do is, if this gynecologist was good at what he or she did, you're gonna say, I'm not going back to that person because that person don't ask me about my personal business. So that means she ain't good. Or are you going to say that this person know what they do because they went to school to learn how to take it, to know?
They have to ask your personal business. Are you having unprotected sex? Are you sleeping with many partners? That's personal.
No, that's not when it comes to the job. They have to know this to know if you. That's just like they asked my daughter when she went to the doctor, "Have you ever had sex?" Because she was coughing, they didn't know if she was pregnant or not. But it's their job to ask her, "Have you been sexually active?" Because that goes with the job. That's business versus personal. That means I'm asking you questions that may sound personal, but it's all about business. When you're talking about a relationship and in a relationship and understanding where I'm coming from, I'm not talking to you if you've never been where I've been or can even understand being a single man or a single woman.
Well, let me. My overarching thought is this. I think Lady Lovely T said it. Like you said, for you, and respecting that for you. But we know for a fact that people can be successful with providing services like marital conflict services and not being married. But for you, it's not. But in terms of industry, we know for a fact that they can.
No, wait a minute. But so we also know for a fact most married people don't go to single counselors. We know that for a fact.
No, that's not true.
That is. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to confirm it with a licensed psychiatrist that teaches marriage, and they're a couple. And I'm gonna ask her. In fact, we're gonna try to get her on this show. I know them personally. So, and they've been teaching marriage as a couple. It's called Marriage Boot Camp for years, and they successful. So I'm gonna ask them. Yeah, I'm gonna ask them to see what you say. I already know what they're gonna say. It's still just like you say. We know for a fact. It's still a fact that most married people, some of them won't go to a single person because they don't believe they don't have enough experience. That's a fact.
Right, and that's irrational.
So we'll do that. No, it's not. That's
Right.
their preference. That's their preference. So
Right, that's irrational though. You can have a preference. You can have an irrational preference. But this is the thing, because you're saying that because they're not quote unquote married, they can't help you. That's irrational because that's not true. But that's not true.
But it's just the same.
Are we saying like in the church from secular to in the church? So in the church,
it don't matter. I'm saying this. It's cocky of you to think that you can solve my relationship for 30 years. It's real cocky of you to believe that you got the answer to my relationship. That's real cocky.
No one, but Tone though.
Because you went to school.
No one thinks that.
Hold on, wait a minute.
No one thinks that.
What do you mean they don't think that?
Well, as a counselor, you think you think that when we participate with someone, we can help them realize whatever they want to do. We don't say we can solve it. We're not the problem solver.
No, but that ain't what I'm
Right.
saying. I'm saying that you don't know enough, or you can't sympathize in my relationship enough because you haven't experienced.
But that's not true.
Now, it is true. Because if I can tell you some things right now, I guarantee you don't know how to handle it. You know why? I'm gonna jump out there. Most marriages that know how to handle it, they stay in their relationship. They're not divorced. Let's go there. Hold on, let's go there. If I'm a successful marriage counselor, I would still be married. Because what's the excuse? If you divorce, if you divorce, how the hell can you teach me anything and you divorce?
So I'm asking y'all this question. Hold on.
We went on to a whole nother topic,
Right,
y'all.
But you know what though? You know what my response is? But you know what my response is? My response is, but no, this is my response.
You gotta be married.
But hold on. Can I jump in?
You can't tell me that though.
This is what the fact is though. What you're saying is because I've worked with couples and it's been successful, it worked.
Your relationship failed though.
Right.
So you can't tell
You're
me
right. Well, what I'm saying is, but you told us earlier, I need y'all witnesses. Tone said success or failure. Didn't he say that? I said it got to be successful. He said it doesn't matter. All experience, good or bad, is fruitful. Didn't he say that?
Hold on.
That's what you said.
No, I'm gonna finish with this. I also said this. You got to be in a relationship 10 years before I'm gonna listen to you. You ain't added that part on there. You just added that one. I also said that if you haven't been in a relationship, as long as 10 years, you can't tell me nothing and you don't know enough. And especially if you divorce.
But Tom, but listen though, but we haven't, let's start with two things. One, we, like me or nobody here, disagrees what's good for you. This is my debate with you.
No, it's what
Hold on. This is my debate with you though. But this is my debate. Robert Womack III, have worked with married couples and it's been successful. That's a fact.
Under other people's authority and not your own.
No, I'm out here.
No. How?
I didn't, because that's what I do.
Hold on. Let me address it. I'm about to say
I'm a professional.
Oh, no, don't say that. Let me say that. So you telling me that people sign up.
That a keyboard in the back.
That people come to RW3.
That look like a keyboard right there.
And paid me. Yes, sir.
Is illegal. That's illegal. You can't do that. You either have to be a licensed. Show me your degree that say that you are a licensed marriage counselor.
Lovely T, could you jump in on that part, please?
And don't forget that. No. Show me your degree saying that you are a marriage counselor and not you as front. Now, I will listen to you. This is how I will listen to you. If you told me that me, RW3, set up a shop where I own my own services and I practice marriage counseling, then I'll believe. And I got these examples of people who came to me and says, your strategies work. I'm not talking about a person that I'm hiding up under a company, and that company is telling me, I'm giving you the authority to do certain things, but you just go a little bit farther and they really don't know. Or a pastor who really ain't really a good pastor, or he looking to see what you do. So what I'm saying is, if you single, and you are the pastor, if you came to me and I'm the pastor, even if I put you on a trial base, I'm gonna say, I need to know everything you're doing. You have to have an accountability because you're a single man, and if you having sex outside of marriage, then you can't work here anymore because you're saying something and you're doing something different. So that means you can't work with.
That's everything in the church. No matter what you do in the church, you need to live a life. You got to live life regardless.
But half of y'all don't. Half of people don't. So I don't know your setup. See, look, you're telling me what you want me to hear, but you're not telling me how you live your life, even in that time, or if he was a pastor that was credible, and people know that this pastor is a credible pastor.
But what I can't do, like it's hard for me to debate facts. Like you're debating me about.
That's a fact.
No. You're debating me about like LPC can counsel everything in the state of Michigan. That's a fact. You try to debate that.
So you saying because you got a license to do it, that means you can do it.
You can do it now. Now your ability to
go ahead.
Your ability to engage, I think, will get better with experience. Even though you may not be married, the problems that, like Robert had mentioned, the problems that come to you, the strategies that have worked before, you know what I'm saying? Like you gain experience, you gain knowledge. So even if you've never been married, if you stay in marriage, if you do marriage counseling, now I can probably understand you better saying, I don't want to go to a brand new marriage counselor because they don't know anything. I want to go to a seasoned marriage counselor because I feel more comfortable that they're going to know or have some experience behind them to be able to offer. But the single married piece, like,
wait a minute, and he failed in his own relationship. What can he tell me?
He can tell because again, even like he may not have been able to, maybe he was not with someone who was able to grasp the concepts and put into action the concepts that need to be put into action to make the marriage work. But the people that he's working with are willing and able to implement the strategies that he's suggesting. That's the difference. It doesn't make a difference if his marriage failed or not. Because again, you're talking about different sets of people.
So what you saying, that anybody can do it as long as they got the proper tools. That's what you tell me. I'm asking, is y'all telling me that anybody can be a marriage counselor as long as they got the proper tools?
Anybody can do anything if they got the proper tools, training, and requisite experience.
But they don't have the knowledge. So if you give me some tools to go unscrew something, but I don't have the knowledge. I can have the tools in my hand, but I don't know how to do it.
I agree, but that's what I said, Lady B. I said the tools, training, and requisite knowledge. You got to have it all.
But what I'm saying is this. Again, what can you tell me, because you read a book, that's going to straighten my marriage out if you ain't experienced?
And this is another thing. This is another thing he's missing is this. In the marriage, could have been, even though you got divorced, there could have been a lot of successes in the construct of that marriage. And people don't know why people get a divorce. Like you can't make nobody stay with you. Like somebody leave you and they want somebody else or they cheat. I mean, you can't make nobody stay with you.
Okay, that's true. But listen, morally, for me, I'm not going to teach anybody something that I failed in because I can't come to you 100. So you can say you got the license all you want, but my thing is that moral. I'm not going to go. I wouldn't even want to practice that field because if I didn't be successful at, how in the hell am I going to tell somebody else how to be successful?
Okay, real quick. Okay, what about Steve Harvey? Steve Harvey came out with a book called Think Like a Man. Act like a lady, think like a man. So he's talking about in this book he written by a man to help a woman with the obstacles of the relationship we go through with men we love. So like he had like some bad relationships. So is he put in a position to be able to help another person, in their relationship?
Well, see, here's the thing. Yeah, he is. Because he's not teaching the principles of marriage. He's teaching the principles of relationship. So that's a different from his experience. Now, if you look at Steve Harvey, he's talking about his own experience and what men should do and how women should think. So now he's not trying to craft your marriage. He's just telling you how people think in a relationship. So he's basing that on his experience. Now, there is a lot of people who always say the same thing that I say. All you got to do is Google that they say Steve Harvey is not qualified because of the marriage or the relationships he's been out of. And who is he to tell me anything? There's a lot of people who say that. And that's the same thing to this situation. I just believe, and that's just me, and the people who believe like I believe, that you can't tell me anything if you haven't experienced it in your life. In terms of how to work my relationship out, I'm going to go to somebody who I think is seasoned, they have a successful marriage, and they can talk to me and my wife both because they're both coming together and one won't side up to the other or whatever it may be.
And we agree. We agree for you.
But no, it's a lot of people who believe the same way.
Right. I'll disagree with that either. And there are a lot of people, they want their marriage to work, or they want some assistance in getting to where they want to go. And for them, it's not as stringent as yours. And they've been able to get assistance and be able to continue on with a fruitful marriage. So my argument to you is, and my debate is, what you're saying is fine. But my argument is, if you're saying the other way doesn't work, or it can't be successful, or people can't gain the knowledge and wisdom and still have a sexual marriage, that's not true, Tone.
I mean, that's rolling the dice. Obviously. Okay, so you all know me. I feel like I don't have to put those in words. It's obviously that a relationship will work. Anything can happen. So I'm not saying that can't happen. But what I'm telling you is I don't believe that you know enough or experience enough. I mean, okay, you was married for 30 years and you got divorced. But now you only coming from the perspective of what I did wrong. So I can make that a success. But you can't tell me how to make it right and you made it wrong unless you're coming from a negative space to say, hey, listen, hey, I cheated on my wife. I'm divorced. I couldn't make it work. She got mad at me, and these are some things that I did. So I get that. But I'm saying you both sitting down as a couple and you say, now tell me about your relationship. Oh, well, this is what I see wrong with you, and this is what I see wrong with you, and this is the strategy that we're going to use. Nigga, get out of here.
No, because you know what I can say? I can say, you know what? If the guy say he cheated, I'm saying, this is what I did when I didn't cheat to prevent myself from cheating. That's real.
It's not going to, but the wait for a man, well, let me tell you this. The wait for a man coming from a guy,
guys, we at almost 3 hours, guys.
I know. Y'all better be lucky. It's hot as all get out outside, because
it's hot. It's hot here. I didn't turn my AC off.
All right. You'll all be sweating. That's right. But no, we don't know what's happening. Good conversation is good conversation. But the thing is that, we're going to end the podcast like that. I'm still sticking with my ground that, hey, listen, if you married, go find somebody that's married. I endorse that. In fact, I'm gonna do a blog on it. I endorse you to only talk to married couples if they're if they
It's a
want to book.
successful married couples.
I will encourage you that's who I will go to, and I'll encourage you to go to those kind of people. And I've done it. Obviously, RW3 and Lady T say something different, but I mean that's their perspective.
Lovely
You know what I
T,
mean?
yeah.
So I mean, Lovely T. But I'd rather see a success story as a blueprint. Maybe that's because I'm a business owner. I'd rather see a successful platform, and that's the way I think. So I know you succeed.
I say interview whoever you may be in front of, and don't just give a blank ticket or a golden ticket to someone just because they have gone through what you've gone through, because again, we are all unique, and what may relate and work for one, it may be different than the other. So
but you want to hear
interview everyone. Not, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Just even, I don't care if they've been successful. Part of their successful part of a tenant in their successful relationship could have been inviting third parties to come in every now and then. That ain't gonna work for your marriage. So I'm just saying, like, don't just give people a golden ticket because they're married and you're married. You know what I'm saying? Interview whomever you might want to seek help from, and see if they are connecting with you, if they are speaking a language that you can relate to and understand and feel like, okay, they get me. Don't be afraid to interview and ask those questions and do what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'll say this last. I'm gonna lace it with something. Even Jesus, in his own word, said he came to the people based on, let me get the scripture. It's in the book of Hebrews. It was his experience that he had to go through to understand what the people were going through. So he had to experience sin and sin not. So he had to go through an experience and still came out successful, so he could be the template to say, if I did it, you can do it too. So it's even biblical that people go to people who like-minded, have the experience, or know what I'm going through to sympathize in my relationship.
Well, let's not pick and choose then. So that means no male gynecologist, nobody that ain't been addicted. Let's not pick and choose.
You're missing the point. You keep missing the point. See, that's why I should be the psychiatrist and you should. But you keep missing the point. You keep saying that a person with medical condition, with a medical training is the same as a person who went through a marriage. They two different people, two different situations. They're not the same. That situation in a courtroom wouldn't fly because it's not the same example whatsoever. They two different things. Now that, to me, they two different things. But I mean, it's cool. He believes.
So that's kind of like a person that's going for a job and they have the experience. They have like 10 plus years of experience from a person who just went to school. They got the degree, but they haven't had no experience in that field. So the person who has the experience would know, would be able to be the more qualified person than the person just with the degree without the experience.
That's what I'm going for. The person with the experience. I don't care about your degree. See, since I know school and people went to school, I know school is a bunch of bullcrap at the end of the day. People go to school, and you got a lot of people who go to school with degrees and barely stayed in class. Barely even got it. And they got a degree. Y'all know that just like I do. So we don't want to front like a degree means you know it, because it totally don't. There's a lot of stupid people who got degrees. And that's honest God truth. They don't know nothing, but they got a degree. In fact, it was a guy who said he cheated his way all the way through college. And he said at the very end of the school, he paid somebody to help him graduate to get his degree. So that's how school is. That's the level of school. It doesn't really matter. But to people who don't know that, they just go for the okie doke.
All right.
I know people who got high school diplomas that can't read. So just because you got a degree don't mean you know it. That don't mean anything. It really don't mean anything. Go up. Listen, if y'all live, go to such.com and get you your degree. And you too can be what you want to be. That's how I look at a degree. You can't judge about a degree.
right.
So,
All right.
listen, we're just having fun. You can see I done burnt my co-worker. I'm a co-worker. My co-host side, I done burnt him out. So, listen, guys, be sure to come to the Roundtable Podcast and check us out. Come on Sunday. If you want this fire, like I'm bringing you, I'm going to be coming on through the week, and I'm going to bring you some fire. So, just listen. Antonio keeping 100% real. You know the deal. Coming to you like I come. Keeping it 100. Stay tuned and reach out to us. Holler back.
All right, guys. We thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.